Launch ready for WWE Aftershock in 3, 2, 1. World Wrestling Entertainment Discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to WWE Aftershock Season 3. I think this is Episode 4, because technically last episode was just an extra, so that didn't really count. So this is Episode 4. I'm Owen the Birdman Finch, and I'm here with...
Chris.
The new champ, by the way. No, you're not the new champ, actually. I was thinking you were the new champ, but no, you're not, because it was a tie. But so I'm just throwing stuff out. Hey, you know what? Steve Coakley said he was the champ, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't even the champ. But now he is, so he can say he is. So.
Well, he say he is the champ, but he kind of I think he was the champ because I think he won it at WrestleMania last year.
And we forgot.
Went, hey, we don't want to do this anymore because Steve won, and we hate Steve.
I guess so. But yeah, what's going on today, Chris? I didn't really clue you into the conversation very well because I fucked up and said you were the champ. But yeah, what's going on today? You didn't really get a chance to say hi to everyone. You want to just kind of tell everyone what's going on right now?
Just doing the show.
Yeah, I'm ready to do the show. We're only covering one thing. And look, we're actually making some good progress. I mean, I know we haven't really been doing much shows, but this is the Monday after a pay-per-view, and I can't think of the last time.
That's a PLE, sir.
That's right, PLE. This is the Monday after a PLE, and I can't think of the last time we sat here doing the Monday after a PLE and did, WWE Aftershock. Typically, we've been waiting a couple weeks, so we've had to do a thing where we've mushed it all together. So this doesn't happen very often. So we should have enjoyed this while we can, type of thing, So this is progress right here, We are making good progress. I think we should be proud of ourselves.
And we haven't really canceled any of our stuff that we were supposed to. Do or anything, kind of doing it when we're supposed to.
Well, we've had some retros that we've had planned that we've been canceling.
But in terms of Aftershock, we've been very on target with that.
But so I'm happy about that. Unfortunately, this channel is going to be a little inactive, other than Aftershocks, because my own Talkinator channel has some stuff we're doing that's kind of more important at the moment. Because we're on a deadline when it comes to getting one of the shows done. We only have 2 weeks left to do it. So that's essentially
That's gonna get some tender loving care.
Huh?
That channel's gonna get some TLC.
Yep. But yeah, let's just start talking about the Rumble. The Rumble was this past weekend. I watched the show twice because I watched it with my friends, and then I went to an event that had it on. So I've watched the show twice. I've only watched the kickoff and the countdown show once, though. But I still remember.
So your second time watching it, you could fake react.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird because it was still good, but it was still a good experience. But I think I was the only one out of that group that watched the show because I didn't want to wait, type of thing, and I think they were fine waiting. So no one knew anything that happened, so they were like, "Who's this number gonna be?" And I'm like, "Oh, I wonder who this is gonna be." There was one
Could
other.
this be someone? What if Jordan Grace came out at 19?
Yeah. I think one other person had seen the show too, and knew the people that were going to be out there and everything like that. Also, too, someone was doing commentary the second event for the show, and I think he had seen the show too because I noticed it more so in the men's Rumble match. He was saying commentary that I remember Michael Cole specifically saying wow, he really knows his stuff, and then it was during the John Cena CM Punk thing that we're gonna get to. It was wait a minute, didn't Michael Cole say this? Michael Cole said this last night, so I don't think he really knows his stuff. I think he just memorized what Michael Cole was saying last night. So, but yeah, so that was an interesting thing. But yeah, some of them hadn't even watched the show, type of thing, so it was kind of weird. So they reacted more so than I did, type of thing, because I had already known everyone that was going to be there and everything like that. So it was an interesting experience, type of thing. I don't know why they did. I think they did it Sunday too, because because I went in the afternoon, and I think that office is only open so they couldn't do it because the show got over at 10:30 on Saturday type of thing. So
Yeah.
I was kind of glad I was able to watch it twice because obviously there was a certain news thing that broke during the men's after the men's Rumble match. So I was kind of looking for okay, what the heck? Because we're gonna get to that. Or there was things I'm like, okay, did this happen? There's one thing I didn't really get, and that's the big pop that happens at number 30 because I couldn't hear it both times. So you'll have to fill me in on that one. But before we get to the actual show itself, let's talk about the countdown show and the kickoff. We'll start with the kickoff that aired Friday. I like that they do these kickoff events now. We never really do the show when they've done them, so I like these kickoff events. I think they're getting much better each time. Especially too, this one was much better, I think, too, because Cole and McAfee hosted it this time around. So I really enjoyed it for that aspect. I think, Pat McAfee, I think, like we've talked about before, always seems to bring out the best out of Michael Cole. I mean, Michael Cole's been pretty great anyways since Triple H took over, but Pat McAfee just brings that extra level out of him. Obviously, the fans were really into it this time, too, because Pat McAfee hosted it type of thing. It's kind of interesting because I'm pretty sure, because I watched the interview, after the thing, and I think McAfee did this show and had to go right to wherever the kickoff show was because he had I think he's showing McAfee's gonna probably wiped after this weekend because he did a show twice and then had to go to. I'm pretty sure the only busy day for him was probably Friday because he had to do the kickoff show. He did the show earlier in the day and then he did because he did SmackDown that night too. I forgot what type of thing. So. Yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, we had the kickoff show. It was hosted by Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. We had a Tyrese Halliburton appearance, and this was pretty cool because I think we talked about this during SmackDown. Because the last time he was on, I forgot the last time he was actually on was NXT, but the last time he was on the main roster, he was a heel that time because obviously the team he was playing against and everything like that were the faces because I think he was in that team's hometown. And this time around it was the opposite because he plays for Indianapolis, correct?
Yeah, so what happened that time on SmackDown was they were in Madison Square Garden, and I think it was right around the time that the Knicks and the Pacers were facing each other, and they had Jalen Brunson face off against Tyrese Halliburton. And Jalen Brunson was the face because he plays for the Knicks and they were in MSG, and Halliburton plays for the Pacers and they were the heels.
Yeah. And then he came out, he made an appearance, he talked about because how happy he is to have wrestling in Indianapolis because they took over Indianapolis pretty much that weekend, and because they named all the road signs after wrestlers just for that weekend and everything like that. He talked about too how he's gonna be there that day playing in the same venue that SmackDown was in, and he's gonna try to make it his way. You probably know more about that because obviously he said that he's gonna have to basically prep quick to even get there. He's gonna have to rush his media stuff. I'm pretty sure he probably didn't have to do any media stuff because they mentioned that they lost and everything like that. So he probably didn't have any media stuff to do that day. But he would have to basically rush to take a shower and get there type of thing. And I'm pretty sure he made it there right before the show started because they showed on their Instagram page him arriving. And it was before it was 4:30, I think, when he arrived.
It's not that far. I don't think Bakersfield that far away from Lucas Oil Stadium. So,
but they brought Triple H out and he did his typical hype to talk about the show, and then him and Tyrese Halliburton went and had a conversation backstage. This was obviously to make us think that he was going to be in the Rumble later in the night. Well, last night / Saturday. Which didn't end up happening. I would have been fine if he was in the Rumble. I thought he was going to be the guy. We'll get to him later, but it would have been cool if he was the guy that ended up replacing Tazawa. But that didn't end up being the case. But
you got something far better.
Yeah, but that was obviously to make us think and all that type of stuff. And then we had some other stuff happen on the kick. I almost said the Kiss Off show. That would have been weird. The Kiss Off. But Yeah, we had Rey Mysterio come out. He said he was going to win the Rumble. We had CM Punk come out. He said he was going to do the same. The Sami Zayn thing was probably the most interesting thing because, Pat McAfee like tried to ask him like what Sami Zayn's intentions are nowadays, considering the fact that he's like been haluva kicking like Cody and Seth recently, and then he kind of told Pat McAfee like, I feel like you're questioning my character here and everything like that. So then like Drew came out. They kind of did like a segment where like Drew kind of told Sammy that he needs to start looking out for himself and he needs to stop looking out for like Roman and all that type of stuff. So that was interesting. Kind of keeps their feud going. They showed like a video package showing like a Royal Rumble essay. They didn't show the whole thing, but they showed it, I think, on the kickoff show and the actual show itself. Bayley came out, did a promo saying she was going to win the Rumble. Naomi came out and Bianca and said they were going to win the Rumble, but if they came down to them, they would fight it out. And then Nia Jax came out and did the same thing. She made fun of like Michael Cole for his outfit, which was very mean. So that wasn't nice. And then Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez did a promo basically saying that Raquel's only there to like help Liv win type of thing. Liv and Raquel were very bad on the kickoff. They weren't good. And then Cody...
Doesn't get much better.
Huh?
Doesn't get much better.
Yo. And then Cody Rhodes gets interviewed, and he was awesome. He didn't really have a script. He just kind of talked about whatever he wanted. I forgot to mention during CM Punk's promo, like Michael Cole went off to the side because he like was reading his notes, and CM Punk was like, "What are you doing? Like we don't have scripts. That's notes. We don't get scripts. This is unfiltered type of thing." It was awesome. And then Cody Rhodes like came out and he just kind of pointed out the signs, and he like mentioned there was a sign that said "Bring Sheamus's old theme back," which didn't happen. I was kind of hoping that was going to happen for like a one night type of thing, but it didn't happen. And then him and Michael Cole went crowd surfing. They kind of struggled to get Michael Cole like crowd surfing. I was kind of worried. I don't know if you probably saw this online and stuff, but this was wicked funny. What'd you think? I don't know. Did you see the kickoff? I don't think you saw the kickoff.
I saw. I didn't see that part, but I saw that part later. But I saw the last like hour. Yeah, the last like hour of the kickoff, but. I thought that was wicked funny when I saw that. Yeah. They were really struggling to get Cole up there.
They were. Then we had the countdown show. It was 2 hours. It was kind of too long. I feel like these countdown shows are kind of getting ridiculous. There's no reason for these to be 2 hours. Especially, too, because all the stuff that they had showed, like the Royal Rumble by the Numbers video, the John Cena video that they showed, and the CM Punk interview, they had already... It was kind of the same thing they did when they did the... Remember they did the Netflix Code Open? We, like, watched it, like, right before Raw, and then, like, it showed it on... It was kind of the same thing as that, where, like, I had watched all that stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think they showed a lot of that stuff on, like, SmackDown and stuff, so it was kind of like, okay, well, this is kind of pointless. But there's some stuff that happened on the Countdown show. We had the panel of Big E, Wade Barrett, Pat McAfee, Michael Cole, Joe Tessitore, Jackie Redmond, and Peter Rosenberg. They went on all at once. I think the first hour was Big E, Barrett, McAfee, and Cole. Joe Tess came in like at one point and took Big E's place, and then Jackie Redmond and Peter Rosenberg and Joe Tess like did the rest of it. Because obviously Cole and McAfee and stuff had to go, like, get ready to do commentary and stuff, that type of thing. And it showed the Code Open. The Code Open was very good. I think it was the McAfee one. They had, like, several Code Opens on this show. So I think the McAfee one was the one they actually showed.
That could have been the coldest Open.
I wonder if McAfee was cold doing that Code Open. So...
He had to be.
And then it showed some facts and, like... Royal Rumble moments. They kind of showed like pictures and like slideshows of like past moments. They showed the 95 moment where Shawn Michaels won it, which I don't know why they always show that one, because I hear that Rumble's like one of the worst Rumbles ever, but like that's the Rumble that always gets shown because of like the whole famous thing that came out of it type of thing. I've never seen that Rumble. I just kind of hear that's not a very good Rumble. So and then they also showed, like, they showed the John Cena, talk about his Rumble appearances. They showed, like, that essay thing I mentioned. I think they showed the full thing on the show. And the Royal Rumble by the Numbers video. Peter Rosenberg did his check-in, where he kind of showed us the arena, kind of showed us backstage in Gorilla, and he ran into Carmelo Hayes and said he said he was going to win the Rumble, and then Peter Rosenberg said like, well, you've been kind of taking a lot of losses lately, and Carmelo Hayes like, don't worry about that type of thing. So I don't know why Peter Rosenberg even like brought that up type of thing, but he did. And then yeah, he just kind of showed like how they come out of Gorilla and everything like that. The gorilla position, I don't know because you didn't see this part of the kickoff. It was like very small, by the way, than like normal type of thing. Like it was typically Gorilla's very big, but it wasn't very big that night. So. Then Gunther get interviewed and said that he doesn't care who wins the Rumble. All he cares about is just maintaining his legacy as World Heavyweight Champion. The Miz got interviewed and said that he's not going to tell anyone what his number is, and he said that he's going to win the Rumble because everyone has always doubted the Miz type of thing. So we'll see. We'll see. Did he win the Rumble? We'll find out. And then it showed the Cricket Fan Zone where, Peter Rosenberg Byron Saxton went up and like. Everyone gave predictions of who they thought were going to win the Rumble. And these were like authentic predictions. I don't know if you remember, like back in the old days, when you would get predictions, they would like throw out someone that like totally wouldn't even win the Rumble type of thing. This was like, felt like legit type of thing. Then Bubba Ray Dudley got interviewed. This was kind of awkward because they kept hyping him up, and I kept thinking he was going to they were like, oh, he's coming up next, and like, he never showed up for like a while, and then like, they got him mic'd up at one point type of thing. Bubba Ray Dudley was awesome on the kickoff slash countdown show. He was awesome on the panel. He was giving Big E some props, and like I loved it because Big E like reminded him that Motor City were like the only ones that kick out of the 3D, and Bubba Ray's like, you had to bring that up type of thing. Like Bubba Ray Dudley was awesome on the panel type of thing. He was talking about he was advertising the new show they have on A&E coming up, and like mentioning too that he's not gonna he didn't take it easy on these kids. Like, this wrestling business isn't for friends. Like, if he could have done more, he would have like broken one of their fingers. Like, he was like going off on the panel type of thing. And then like Jackie Ren was like, well, we're friends, aren't we? I was really hoping he was gonna say like we weren't friends, but no, he's like, no, well, we took a picture on the Twitter. He mentioned the Twitter machine type of thing. And he's like, so yeah, we're friends type of thing. And then like there was another funny bit where like, I think they were talking about TNA, and like I think someone mentioned Bully Ray, and Big Bubba Ray Dudley like mocked. I was like, we just got a Bully Ray chat. We just got a Bully Ray mention at WWE. Like this, like he was having the best time of his life on the freaking panel. Did you see? I assume you saw this part of it, type of thing.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, what do you think of Bubba Ray on the panel? He was awesome.
I thought he was good. Yeah, I thought it was good, and yet, of course, his appearance on the panel is going to piss off a lot of people. For that other three-letter company. But they like to get their panties in a bunch, but when Big Show and Mark Henry go over to that company, that's crickets, silence.
Yeah.
Not a word. But he was good. He was very good on the panel. He got really upset when when Big E mentioned that the Guns were the first ones to kick out of the 3D, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm over here giving you props, and you bring that up."
I was kind of I was hoping he was gonna like mention like, I'm glad your boys turned on you and all that type of stuff, but he didn't mention that.
He was like, "You guys are on good terms right now, but I'm happy you guys broke our reign."
But someone else that was awesome on the panel when he was on there was Michael Cole. He was great on the panel. He was just giving everyone jabs. Like at one point, he had footage get shown of all the people that were on the panel, like in the Rumble match. And then of course, like when his Rumble was like, "Look, and I lasted the longer out of all you guys." He was like roasting them and everything like that. There was that one point where like because they were doing the Topps trading card thing, and everyone got to open one, and because obviously one of them has like that there's like autograph ones in there, that like type of thing. And of course Cole got a CM Punk autograph. It's like, I got a CM Punk autograph then. He was like the only one. And he was like happy about it. And he's like asking everyone like, who's gonna sell this on eBay for me and all that type of stuff. And then he's like, no, we're gonna do this on Fanatics Live. He's like, Fanatics Live? I could just sell this right now type of thing. I could quit my day job. Like, Michael Cole was awesome on the freaking panel. Like he was a freaking superstar this week. Like he was awesome. Like and then other things that happened on the
I'll take Michael Cole in the last 2 years under the Triple H era than the previous fucking 20 years or whatever under Vince. Because he's allowed to actually be himself, and he's allowed to actually be authentic and genuine and funny and not robotic and not having Vince scream in his fucking ear. That's probably why he's going deaf, is because Vince is always screaming in his ear all the time.
Well, he mentioned this on the Vince talk, but there's a bit in the Vince talk you could definitely, that was evidence that like Vince was saying, because there's points in the Vince talk where you hear Vince say something and then like you hear Cole say like the same thing type of thing, so it was pretty funny. And then it showed a video package of talking about the WrestleMania sign. I guess that was cool. I didn't really care about it. I felt like that was just that was just like them trying to fill time in the kickoff more than anything else. So I was like, oh, okay, the WrestleMania sign type of thing. I got a video package. You're clearly trying to kill time here, guys, type of thing.
Yeah. They were running out of things to do, so like, you know what? Let's just fucking bring the sign up, I guess.
And then that one felt like too like a total jab at the marks of the other company, like, oh, like, what a goofy company this is. They're throwing at the sign. Like, that felt like they were taking jabs right there, type of thing. So, and then they had the national anthem get performed by Lane Organa. I don't know who that is. It's some type of country singer. I like how they said country singer, but like you wouldn't have known that if they didn't tell me that type of thing, because like obviously the song she's saying wasn't a country song. She did have a little bit of an accent, but yeah, she's saying the national anthem. I think it's cool that they bring people like, you know, that aren't like big now, because obviously that was a big Triple H thing in NXT. That's why Poppy got pretty popular. And then now she's not, because she hasn't been in NXT in a while. I mean, she actually could be popular, but I'm not the best.
She was popular before.
Yeah, but
Her
like
NXT, a lot of the wrestling crowd didn't.
Yeah,
part of the wrestling crowd didn't know who she was, and they went and checked her out. And
of course, you know me, Chris. I had to mention there's a certain someone that could have been singing the national anthem if they stuck around. Just saying, you know.
It's a shitty music career.
Yeah, that launches first song launches February 14th. So.
Because she wanted to play pretend.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the countdown show. I thought the countdown was I enjoyed it for the most part. You know, Cole and Bubba Ray Dudley were easily the highlights type of thing. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed
it's too long.
Yeah, it's just too long. Especially too if you're not gonna have a match or anything like that on there. It's too long.
Yeah, if you're gonna talk, like 3 hours of talking is too much.
Especially considering the fact too that like all the video package they showed, they posted on their YouTube channels or showed on SmackDown. Like the CM Punk interview, they posted that like the full version of it on YouTube. I think the day before type of thing. So it was like
didn't even make it. Yeah, like why are you doing it again? Why are you just showing it again?
I know, yeah. But yeah, you know, let's get to the real show right here. For the Rumble, which. Yeah, this is a big break here, Chris. Let's see if don't let me down here. You know, do you have those notes ready? Because you fucked this up. Uh oh, you don't have those. Don't have those notes ready. It's trying to be nice.
Don't panic. Because the show started out with Stephanie McMahon, and she welcomed us to the Royal Rumble, and she got a huge reaction. I feel like now. That she's not playing a character anymore, and this is the actual Stephanie McMahon. That she comes off as very like authentic now.
Yeah, definitely.
Very authentic and very sincere. I mean, she's always been like a very nice person, a very sincere person, but like it always kind of like blended in with her character, so you didn't know when she was like being real or fake. But now it's like she just seems very authentic now.
I agree. It's really good.
And she got a massive reaction.
Definitely.
Everyone's just happy to see her. Yeah, so she welcomed us, and they announced it on, I think it was either before the kickoff or during the kickoff, that the show would be bookended by the women's going first and the men going last, which sandwiched the two matches in between.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to happen, because that would they besides like the first women's Royal Rumble, that main event of the show. They haven't. The women have always kicked off the show like almost all the time. Yeah,
and I think it was definitely going to be the case this year, especially to with how star-studded the men's Rumble was shaping out and everything like that. And then like I feel like if the woman went last this time around, it would have I think they still would have gotten big pops and stuff, but the men's rumble, with what happened at the end and how the men's rumble played out, that felt like, yeah, that's main event level type of thing right there. Not the show main event, like the actual main event level type of thing.
It is. And they had a main event in there.
They did.
The match itself. So the woman started it out, and it started out with Io Sky and Liv Morgan. I thought that was a pretty good start.
Yeah.
To the Rumble. They're going back and forth for a little while. Liv tries to go for an Oblivion, but it gets blocked. They're down. Roxanne Perez comes out at number 3. This was significant because I thought for sure she would have been later on in because last year's Rumble she came up pretty later on.
Yeah.
But she didn't. It's pretty significant. She set the time record in this match, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, she lasted a while.
It was an hour and 6 minutes, I think, and like 27 seconds, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, she
an hour and 7 minutes. An hour, 7 minutes, and 47 seconds.
Yeah, this is pretty significant. This shows, I think, now probably after like maybe Vengeance Day or like after Mania, she's getting called up too, just because. This was her kind of unofficial call up. Yeah.
After Vengeance Day, it's basically spoiled it already. She's getting the call up, so she'll be up after Vengeance Day.
Yeah, but she looked really good in this Rumble. She mixed it up with a lot of people. She got a lot of eliminations and stuff too, which you'll probably get to. So she looked really good in this Rumble.
She looked very good. So out next was at number 4, the new and first ever women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria. Very early into her showing, her tits almost came out. So
yep.
I agree.
Immediately, I was like, wow, immediately we almost got some titties. Well, that would have been interesting because it's the first time they would have been on.
Yes, they would have.
That was been very interesting. But she got saved a little bit because I think it was Liv who kind of pushed her off to the side and let her get her wardrobe fixed.
Right.
And so, and she was only gone for like not even a couple of minutes, maybe. But she was right back into it. Out at number 5 was Chelsea Green, the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion. Whole time in the show.
United States. United States.
Yes.
You said Intercontinental.
All the same thing. They haven't once. Well, she's defended it once.
Are we gonna have this debate now, where like in the Raw and the SmackDown tag titles, you're gonna say the women's Intercontinental Champion when it's not? We're gonna have. Is that coming back?
Probably not.
Okay.
But yeah, so she came out, and this is a big point throughout the show is she got a gigantic pop. So
yeah,
in any would do anything, she'd get a huge pop. So I just don't know how much longer she can be a heel. I'm really kind of. I really think that the turn's happening soon, especially with what happened to her in this Rumble.
Yeah.
Out next at number 6 was B-Fab, and now here comes a string of Who the Fuck Are These People theme songs that people had no fucking clue who these people were because they didn't make a sound. Which is very... It was kind of a common thing in the Rumble, in the men's Rumble too. And I'll get to that when we get to the men's Rumble, but out at 7 was Ivy Nile. And same thing. As soon as your music hit, I was like, who's this again? I was like, oh, it's Ivy Nile. It took me like 30 seconds to realize who it was. It just shows you how bad Def Rebel is, that it's like,
yeah,
you have to go like, who's this?
Speaking of that,
instead of going, oh, this is so-and-so, or this is so-and-so.
I mentioned this in the chat. I know Stephanie McMahon got Def Rebeled on this show too.
She's had that theme for a while. I think it was Survivor Series. I think that they changed it, or SummerSlam.
Yeah,
she's had it for quite a bit though. But the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, she did get Def Rebel, but they didn't. They added some weird like tune in the background to it, or guitar, whatever the hell it was. It's very distracting.
Yeah. So this isn't even on the wrestlers. It's more on Death Rebel, but not like doing good on their themes.
Yeah, exactly. It's another indictment because this is what their fucking 5th Rumble or something like that. To where it's like, okay, this is becoming a fucking issue.
Yeah.
Because before with CFO and with Jim Johnston and whoever else would like pop up and like help out recording certain wrestlers' theme songs, it's like, okay, this is, John Cena doing his own. This, Code Orange was Bray Wyatt. And, you could go down the list and name, okay, that's The Rock, that's Steve Austin. Like, okay, these, you knew immediately who they were. This is like, they're coming out, and by the time they're on the ramp, I'm like, okay, that's Ivy Nile, or that's B-Fab. Like, it doesn't, no one knew who it was until they saw them.
Yeah.
It's like, it's really kind of like really bad indictment on Def Rebel.
Yeah, definitely.
They can't put out recognizable theme songs. And number 9 was Lash Legend. As I noted in the chat, there wasn't any surprises yet.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, Lash Legend, okay, but she's been kind of competing on the main roster. Not really a surprise.
Right.
Roxanne Perez, not really a surprise.
Especially because she's in it. She's been in it every year, I think, since she's been with the company. So it's like,
Yeah, she's been in it like nearly every year since she's been with WWE. So it's not really a surprise anymore, and it's not going to be a surprise anymore because she's going to be on the main roster next year by the time the Rumble comes around. But yeah, it's not. I was, not surprised that there wasn't any surprises yet, but I was like, okay, that must mean there's more down the line. At this point, B-Fab got eliminated.
Yeah.
And number 10 was one half of the women's tag team champions, Bianca Belair. She lasted pretty long in this match too, also, and I'll get to the stupid shit that happens with her at the end there.
But she also broke the record for longest time in Ultimate Rumble matches because she had the record before and she was in this one and type of thing. So
now she's also been in all the times that she's been called up. I think she's been in every Rumble since she's been called up,
except 2023 because she was the champ then. So
yes, that is true. That is true. But when she wasn't a champion,
yeah,
she was in the Rumble. Number 11, and it starts a trend here. Shayna Baszler. This is 2/3 of the Pure Lesbian Collective.
Yes, it is.
You
know what's weird? The friends.
Great. I wonder which is going to come out now.
You know what's weird? I have my friends that came over Saturday, don't know this group at all, but we're still saying that anyways. Like even when they came out, which is kind of funny.
It's actually very fun. And then Ivy Nile eliminated Lyra Valkyria. That obviously that tied into the previous week on Raw, where Ivy and Lyra kind of got into a little bit of a backstage argument backstage, so that kind of ties into that.
I thought that elimination, made a lot of sense. Yeah. I will say one thing, I was going to save it for the end, but I'll just say this now, too. Because I didn't watch the Rumble on TV last year because I was there, so this was new to me, but it might have been a thing last year. They changed, the setup of the Rumble. They had it kind of like ESPN show style, where you could see on the bottom who was in the match and everything like that. They gave, statistics and everything like that.
I think that was a new ticker this year, because it definitely was not there last year, at least to this extent.
Yeah, but they would show who's active and give a number. They would show how many people would have been eliminated. They would show how long that person would be in the match, type of thing. This was really cool addition they added to the Rumble this year.
I loved it. It was great.
It made it really easy to follow along, type of thing, who's in it. And
so if you leave the room for a second, you come back, you're like, okay, what number is it? Okay, it's number 12. It's number 13.
Yeah,
because they tell you what number's next. You're not guessing.
And then A cool thing they did for the national anthem actually was they didn't just show the person like singing it. They did like a good drone shot of like showing the American flag outside type of thing and everything like that. So like the WWE's production was really on point. This might be the best production wise they've ever been. Probably actually was the Rumble this night type of thing. So
it's definitely been, the production quality has definitely upped.
Yeah,
because Vince never did anything like that. So that's.
Well, Kevin Dunn.
Already leagues better.
Yeah.
So, at number 12 is the 2024 Royal Rumble Women's winner, Bayley, came in number 12. I thought that this was a very interesting number for her. I thought she for sure would have been later on, like in the 20s at some point. So that one, but she did last quite a while too.
She did. I think she lasted up to like the end, almost.
Yeah, she was in the final 5, I think, or final 4.
Yeah.
Up next, at number 13, the Coup d'Etat, the final of the pure lesbian collective, and the actual lesbian of the group, Sonya Deville.
Yep.
She was out next at 13.
You missed Zoe Stark. I think she was out before then.
Did she get eliminated? No, she didn't. Because
No.
they all got eliminated at the same time.
Yeah, they did that was like a chapter of the match. So,
So they just kind of wrecked shop for a little while.
Yeah.
And then Maxine Dupree came out at number 14. She got a huge reaction.
She did.
At least no one's telling her that she can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bit my friends noticed. I think she hit like Ivy Nile, I think, with the kick, and it totally didn't connect. But other than that, everything was really good.
Yeah, she didn't look bad. She didn't. I mean, she hit some moves probably for the first time in a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like a very long time.
Yeah, she looked.
I don't think she's hit a fucking move in months. So
Can't think of one. Yeah.
Besides the reverse caterpillar.
Yeah.
Which she did hit in this match too.
Yeah, she looked real good in this match, I thought.
She definitely did. Her moves look a lot more crisp now than they did.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's still very new to the business, but the moves looked very crisp and they looked good.
I think it helped too. She didn't overstay her welcome too. She was out pretty quickly, type of thing.
Yes, she did. That's the one thing that was like, I don't know how she would have done if she had to stay in there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So her getting eliminated like relatively quickly kind of just helped her out in that way.
Yeah.
The Pure Lesbian Collective eliminated Ivy Nile and Maxime Dupree.
No, Maxine eliminated Ivy Nile. Because that was a
Ivy Nile, yeah.
Because that was a big,
That's what it was.
because she got a big pop for that, and that made a lot of sense too. Because they did that segment on Raw and everything like that.
Yeah, and then Maxime got eliminated right after that.
Yeah.
And then at number 15, is the other half of the women's tag team champions. I guess we're just going to forget about Jade Cargill now.
I guess so.
Naomi, because they don't say she's 1/3 of the champions. She's just the champion. Very, very odd.
Yeah, because this is during that time I, was so busy and couldn't watch it much. So I've seen like Jay Cargill get attacked, but I haven't watched any shows like because the next show I watched was when Naomi was champ. I've been asking a lot of people what are they saying's going on with Jay Cargill? And I think you've been the closest one that's given me. No one knows how that works once she comes back. Does she just get the belts back? Nobody knows how that works. So
I don't know either because they've done. She's at the PC.
Yeah.
But I just don't know what the fuck she's doing. I don't know what the fuck she's gonna do when I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point now where it's okay. She was not a return entry in this Royal Rumble. She was not in this Rumble. Which is kind of odd that she wasn't in it because she was in it last year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just it was very weird. Naomi's just a champion now.
Yeah.
I honestly, the more I think about it now, when it first happened and they first did the attack, I was oh, it's clearly obvious, Nia Jax or Candice LeRae or one of the heels that she was feuding with.
I
And now it's like, oh, okay, now it's going to be like Bianca or Naomi, I guess now.
Honestly, this Rumble, I'm not really sure because I was thinking it was Naomi, but you'll probably get there. They did kind of a thing with Bianca on this show.
Jealousy.
So, but let's continue talking and we'll get there.
So, next, probably one of the more significant moments of the Rumble, because the Pure Fusion Collective had taken over, and they were just kicking everyone's ass. Zoe Stark at one point went for a fucking springboard and completely missed it.
Yeah, I didn't notice that originally, yeah.
And they ended up getting all eliminated at the same time. So PFC all got eliminated at the same time by 3 separate people, which was nice. I mean, I think the fucking stables are relevant. To be honest with you, like it's not drawing anything. It's not doing anything. They're pretty much useless at this point. They're just trying to find anything for fucking Sony to do at this point.
Right.
So besides fucking sit at home, so it's like I just don't know. Her best role now is her best role probably ever in WWE was her GM role. So it's like they took her out of that. They can have her wrestle again. Then it's like on and off again, on and off again. I just don't know what the fuck they're doing with her.
Well, actually, I think her best role was when she feuded with Mandy in the PC. That's probably the best thing she did. And then I think she was about to have a really good role with that tag team with Chelsea Green, but then she got injured, and then they had to end that type of thing. I don't know why
she did look good, but yeah, but for the most part, it's been like for the last little while, it's been like on and off, on and off. She's been on TV. She's been on TV.
I also didn't help that was that. It was because they were getting a lot of TV time, and then Raw went to 2 hours, and something had to get cut, and then they were the ones that ended up getting cut, type of thing. So they've been showing it, and then the only times they're actually on, which is kind of funny, is like during those like commercial break. They'll do like interviews. Well, Netflix is on commercial break, but like but like they still get like interviewed and stuff, type of thing. So it's like kind of weird, type of thing. They probably should have gone to SmackDown. During that transfer window type of thing. Because SmackDown's 3 hours, they probably would have benefited a lot more being on SmackDown. Yeah. But
it would have benefited them.
Yeah.
To at least do something. Next out was the first kind of real surprise. Jada Parker was at 16. She did her running fucking ass to the face that looked terrible. It always does. I
was shocked she was in this Rumble just because of like all the stuff that happened pretty recently and everything like that.
I am shocked that she was in the Rumble because she's not good.
Yeah. Her new theme song sucks, by the way, too. Like worse than the other one. Like that was another one of those like who the heck is that type of thing. Like
I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, oh, it's Jada Parker. I'm like, oh, this theme song's way better. Would sound way better at the PC.
Yeah.
But Lash Legend ended up getting eliminated by Chelsea Green. And then out at number 17 was the... what the fuck, Secretary of Defense or whatever the fuck she is.
Oh yeah, I'm Piper Niven, yeah.
Piper Niven. And Chelsea's on the apron screaming for her to run down the ramp.
Yeah.
This is a big woman. It is going to take her a little bit of time to run down the ramp, Chelsea. Shut the fuck up.
Especially because it's like a big arena, too.
It was so funny. She kept yelling at her to hurry up, and like, the more it took for Piper to get down to the ring, the more agitated she got.
It was awesome, yeah.
It was so funny.
Chelsea Green probably, going through this, it was probably the MVP of the Rumble. She did a lot of good moments. Like, there's one point she rolled under the ring, and they got into it with Cole, and Cole's like, have you been eliminated yet? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's going on here? Type of thing. Or like, They did twice, like, a surrounding spot. Like, she got surrounded by, like, a bunch of, like, I think it was, like, Bianca, Bailey, and stuff, and they all beat her up and stuff like that. And then, like, the Piper Niven thing, like, she came face to face with, like, the tag champ, and they were getting ready to beat her up and everything like that. And then she rolled underneath, and that's why she kept yelling for, like, Piper to come out there and everything like that type of thing, too. So.
Yeah, because she was all alone.
Yeah.
So, Piper gets out there, and she's not in there for very long before a miscue happens. Chelsea's standing on the apron, and she goes to hit. I forget who it was. She went to go hit someone.
Yeah.
I think it was Naomi. She went to go hit Naomi, with a shoulder tackle, and she moved out of the way, and she walloped Chelsea Green.
Yep.
And Chelsea got eliminated, and the crowd booed. But it was better to have Piper do it than to have like Naomi or Bianca or any of the other faces that were in the ring, because they would have all gotten booed.
Yeah.
So it kind of made sense to have Piper do it, and in more of like a comedic way.
Yeah.
So that was so Chelsea ended up getting eliminated. She lasted a while, was very comedic in this match too also.
Yeah, very good.
There was at one point it was Lash, Bianca, Naomi, and I forget who else was in it. And it was like Chelsea tried to get in between them and be like an alliance.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
They're trying to pick out, and all like black women who were in the match, they were like they were trying to form an alliance. I forget who else was in it, but Chelsea was like trying to like be in it too, and it was really funny.
There was when she eliminated B-Fab, it was like after B-Fab, I think Last Legend like did it big boots to each other, and she like took advantage and eliminated B-Fab and Last Legend like very quickly and everything like that. So like she was very good. They gave her a lot of things to do in this match type of thing that were very significant and everything like that. It's been that way kind of for her the past 3 years of the Rumble, because I remember last year she was pretty significant in that match. And then as little as she did in the 2023 match, she was very significant in that match. So she always seems like anytime she's on TV, she makes the most out of it and everything like that.
Yeah, they maximize her. Even if it's in a comedic way.
Yeah.
Which I don't think she minds doing that anyway, so...
Hey, it's good.
I mean, she's not meant to be taken seriously, so it's like none of her gimmicks in the past have been like a serious gimmick.
Plus, it gets a TV time every week too. So,
exactly, yeah. Out next at number 18 was Natalya, and she looked pretty good in this match.
I think so. Yeah,
she definitely looks like she's like regained the step that she lost.
Yep.
She's looked really good, like wrestling wise, even in this Rumble, like her moves are fluid and crisp. Like she looks like she did like 5, 6, 7 years ago now.
Yeah, I think it helps that time off she took, and I think it helps she's also training in the Heart Dungeon also at the same time.
So she's definitely, because for a while there was like, whoa, like anytime you needed someone to like for a quick little feud or something, like they just go good Natalya and everything would look really good and really crisp.
Yeah.
And sometimes Natalya would be the face or she'd be the heel or she'd be the champion or whatever, and it's like, oh, throw Natalya in there, she'd be great for this feud, with a new up and comer or whatever. Yeah. Whether she was a face or whether she was a heel, she was like a great utility player. And before like her contract had expired, it was like I felt like she had lost about like 15 steps. Yep. It was like, it was drastic. It was like, wow, she is borderline, washed up at this point. Like, yep. She might have hit her peak already, her ceiling. Like, but she's, come back with the new contract and everything, and she's looked really good. Yeah. So I'm kind of happy that she's, back to where she was before. That's why I'm happy she didn't go to AEW, because if she was like losing a step before, she would have definitely lost it if she went to AEW, as we've seen with some of the talent that have gone to AEW. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think she also fits better in WWE. Yeah.
I wouldn't complain if she went to AEW, like when a contract went up, just to do the Owen as like a one-off. But then I feel like she would have gotten like, I feel like Tony wouldn't have let her just do the Owen type of thing. I think she would have gotten stuck signing a contract pretty much.
Yeah, most likely. Out at 19, it's the first real actual surprise outside of the company. Kind of. Not really. But Jordynne Grace in her second Royal Rumble appearance. After she faked a flight log that said she wasn't going to be in the area. She was going to be at her mom's birthday party, which everyone knew was a lie. Everyone knew she was going to be in the Rumble. I will say, very bad liar, by the way.
I do say a lot of funny gifs and memes came out of this because it showed like her mom had like a, it was her mom's birthday, but like she didn't have a surprise party really because of Jordynne Grace had to be in the Rumble, so a lot of funny gifs came out of that and everything like that.
I was like, as soon as she came in, I was like, oh, here comes the shitty liar.
Well, there's a better one coming out later that I think you'll be putting up, that surprise return that everyone got lied about.
But this is her, and they basically, we knew about 2 weeks ago she had signed her contract.
Yep.
Cole just basically confirmed it that, this year she's in the Royal Rumble as an active competitor in the WWE. Really great spot, and again, for the second year in a row, massive reaction for her. Yep. I only assume that this is going to be, she's going to be a big time player for WWE for years and years to come. I think this is main roster. I do not think this is NXT. For her.
I'm not sure honestly because she got eliminated by an NXT talent and she mixed it up a lot with the NXT talent this time around.
She could, but she did set up a lot of stuff for NXT. But if it is NXT, I don't think it's going to be very long.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, she might be in NXT until like Stand and Deliver or like SummerSlam or something, and then jump up afterwards.
But yeah, this was huge though. I think she got a big reaction this time because obviously she's been in the WWE system a little bit, not officially, but she had made some WWE appearances obviously before, so this time around and stuff like that type of thing.
In the last year, she made quite a handful of WWE appearances, and the WWE universe was very familiar with her at this point.
But yeah, if it's main roster, I think that'd be great. Because obviously, unless Becky comes back, I think Rhea's going to need an opponent at WrestleMania, and I think Jordynne Grace would be the perfect one type of thing. So
yeah. Because
I don't know who faces Rhea at WrestleMania, legitimately, like that would be a threat type of thing. So, and I think Jordynne Grace would be the perfect person for that.
Yeah, she would be. I forget when this happens, but at one point, Jordynne Grace and Naomi, Trinity, embrace, and this is interesting because Bianca comes out of nowhere and fucking snatches her by her fucking head. Yep. And rips her off of Naomi. And immediately I put in our chat, I was like, a little jealousy there from Naomi, from Bianca there, which was shocking. I didn't expect that.
Honestly, that you saying that maybe it's like, maybe it is made roster then, because that's a big story thing to do for someone that's not going in the main roster type of thing. So,
yeah, it was very interesting. That made me think, okay. Yeah. Okay, that maybe she had something to do with Jade.
Jordan or Bianca?
Bianca.
Yeah. Because Jordan would really make sense.
The way she got really jealous when Jordan grabbed Naomi. They've been setting it up as like one of them had done it, but it could be both of them that did it.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Then Jada Parker got eliminated. To no reaction. Don't put her in the Rumble ever again.
Until she improves.
Yeah, she's just terrible.
Yeah.
She's all ass, no talent.
Which is kind of a shame. I remember when we were talking before, I thought she had potential, like doing the Meechin feud and everything like that. It seems like that went away pretty quickly.
definitely disappeared very fast. And speaking of Michin, she was next at number 20.
Does that show the talent of Michin, by the way? If like she could get something good, where she could make people think that Jada Parker actually had potential. That just might be. That could have just been Mia Yim's talent more than anything else.
Really, yeah. And also too, Lola Vice too. It shows you she kind of carried that feud, to be honest.
Lola, yeah,
And that's like, and she's like very new to the wrestling business too, also, which is very interesting.
yeah. They should have given Lola. They should have probably given Lola the spot in hindsight. Then
Yeah, Lola deserved way more.
yeah, especially
Then
too because of. Also, too, like, Jada Parker didn't deserve it talent-wise, but also, too, because she was an idiot and posted that weird thing on social media, which didn't help her case either.
It didn't help her case.
It also doesn't help because she's been out of the ring, like, in the past. Because obviously they've been trying to hide her very much so, because
you
of
could
that.
tell.
So,
You could tell.
yeah.
So, next at number 21. The biggest surprise of the entire, well, kind of. I'll just say this: the biggest one in this time period,
Yeah.
from up to 21. The biggest surprise in that, because a little bit later on, as quite a significant one too.
Yeah.
At number 21, the newly contracted Alexa Bliss.
This was awesome.
She came out to a ear-splitting reaction,
Yeah.
blew the roof off the place, and thank fucking God they got rid of the Bowling for Soup theme, because that theme absolutely, positively sucked.
Oh, it was terrible.
And apparently it was her theme that she had used for like a few weeks on like the PC. I think it was Spiteful, I think was the name of it.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It's a great theme for her because again, she came out with the pigtails. She had the Fiend Forever on the back of her jacket.
Yep.
She had the Lily doll. What's the correlation there? The Wyatts.
Wyatt 6.
Which is weird because I think she's going to be on. I think she's on Raw now officially as of like today, and they're on SmackDown. But
That could have just been a tribute. That could have been a tribute then too.
yeah. I mean, yeah, she hasn't wrestled since he died, so
Yeah.
she's all good because she's. It says her first appearance on WWE since the January 2023 Royal Rumble. So it's been over.
Yeah, and that was his last match. That was actually his last match on TV, believe it or not, too. So
This is her first WWE appearance since Royal Rumble 2023.
yeah,
So it had been a little over 2 years since she wrestled. That obviously she maternity,
yeah.
and then I don't know what the hell else happened. I don't know. I forget.
I think the skin cancer thing, right? Because that was like why she disappeared before her pregnancy, I think, and then
Yeah, she had disappeared for a while, and then she got pregnant, and then she was gone for the rest of the time. You know, raising her little baby.
yeah, this was awesome. The best part that came out of this was the commentator just wagging on the dirt sheets about this, especially Colin. I think McAfee was even doing it too, because that's the thing. You know, McAfee reads that shit too, type of thing. So it's like,
Yeah,
so
it's so funny. They took all three of them. Really took the piss out of it. It was really funny.
and then I just love it that the dirt sheets didn't give up either. Like Sean Wassap posted like after the next day that Alexa Bliss's Royal Rumble appearance was very last minute. It was meant to be like Shotzi. Alexa Bliss was just going there to negotiate contracts and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I don't think that's why she was going there. I don't think she goes to the. So
You go to Stanford, you're going to negotiate a contract.
yeah.
Unless if you're CM Punk, that's the only thing that they.
Yeah.
And plus, he was already in the city anyway. It didn't really matter.
I know, yeah, but that was awesome that everyone just took shots at the,
It's so funny. Don't read the dirt sheets or whatever. It was really funny.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And it's true. And it's true because now someone else, one of the other inside, Chris Featherstone, I think, came out and said that he knew who was winning the men's rumble on Tuesday. It's like, no, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking did not.
Oh, yeah.
No one told you who was winning the men's rumble on Tuesday. Nice try, though.
Which is kind of weird because
which is really funny.
Which is kind of weird because he's usually pretty good at like his journalist stuff. I mean, he's also very much tied in. He's a very big WWE critic at the moment too. Like because he does the I think he's the one that does the podcast with Vince Russo and everything like that. So.
But so at number 22, it's Zelina Vega.
Yeah.
Newly, not single, but singles wrestler. Zelina Vega after she got moved to SmackDown in the transfer window, so no longer in the LWO.
Which is unfortunate.
Yes, very sad. Out of number 23 is the women's speed champion Candice LeRae. And at this point, the ring was starting to fill up. There wasn't very many eliminations at this point. It seemed very crowded in there. And I think that's what, at the end, too, of the men's rumble, it definitely kind of started to show a little bit, too. There was way too many people in the ring.
Yeah, I can see that.
And out at number 24, the main roster debut of the Chilean superstar, Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Huge ovation for her. Very well deserved. She looked great in this match.
Absolutely.
Awesome. She looked fantastic. I was very impressed with her in this match. Out at number 25, Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Haven't seen her since her Becky feud.
Yeah, pretty much.
She came out to the regular Trish Stratus face theme.
Thank God, yeah.
No longer the extended intro and the talking in the middle of the theme song anymore. That's all gone. She's back to where she was. She's a face again, clearly.
Yeah.
And by the way, I will say, not lost a goddamn step.
Not at all. I mean, she also wrestled.
Phenomenal.
I mean, she's also wrestled pretty recently, though, too. So
she also wrestled pretty recently, but like, last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, but probably it's probably 2 years at this point.
Yeah, but like every time she gets in the ring, she just continues to impress me.
Yeah.
Like even she had been gone for a number of years before that women's all woman show. And she hadn't wrestled for years prior to that, and she looked fantastic in that match too. And it was like every time she comes back, I get super pumped because she's amazing.
Yeah, I think that's why.
This doesn't like change anything. She looked amazing in this match also too.
Yeah, I think that's why they keep putting her, because you notice they haven't brought Lita back in a while, and I think there's probably a reason for that because you didn't really look that
good. She looked really bad the last time around. I think that's why they had Trish do the turn, and they like kind of took Lita out like off to the side because she looked really bad.
Well, there was reports too that like Lita was, because Lita didn't. I think that Lita was. Everyone kept reporting that Lita was going to come back and like they were going to redo that feud. You ever notice too? Lita hasn't wrestled like a one-on-one match really, like Trish has and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like she even looked bad just in the tag matches and stuff alone. And I think Becky and carried most of the weight in the tag match too. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, definitely, yeah. But she was out in her old TNA gear for when she managed to test in Albert.
Yeah.
They managed to throw that back to that.
Which is kind of cool because even though it's not related, because TNA is a company now, so it's kind of cool because like TNA gets mentioned in two different ways on this show.
Yeah. Yeah. So they that's the first time Test has been fucking named in WWE, and I can't even tell you how long.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably since he got released.
Yeah, I mean, probably since he got released.
Yeah.
Or no, since he died, because I did mention it on the website.
Yeah, the
He
website,
died.
that doesn't count. Like, they
But
mentioned it.
but like on TV, probably since he got released, which
Yeah.
is insane. Obviously Albert, Matt Bloom,
Yeah.
everyone knows who he is. He works he's the head coach of the Performance Center. Everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
But Trish looked great. And number 26, obviously the predictable one, Raquel Rodriguez. Of course, she was going to come up next to last.
Yeah.
Because Liv came out second, so it wouldn't make any sense for them to go fucking early in the Rumble together.
It didn't. She did not look good.
Neither of them did.
Yeah.
Because they really didn't do anything. So she had her back up. Great, don't care. Natalia ended up getting eliminated. And then this was kind of interesting. Like, Liv and Bliss were on the apron, and they were trying to eliminate each other. At one point, like, Alexa tried to eliminate Liv. Raquel saved her. Codebreaker. Alexa was gone.
Yeah, I'm interested in a few between them if they do one. You know.
That's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
I think that's the direction they're going in. I would hope so, because that would keep her away from the main scene
For a while. Probably forever.
Liv. I would hope so.
Yeah.
The crowd was not too happy with that, which I wouldn't be either. And then right away, like Naomi and Bianca tried to eliminate them very, very sloppily, I should say. But then at number 27 was the already previously announced the winner of the 2020 Women's Royal Rumble, Charlotte Flair.
Yep.
Taking her return to in-ring competition from that gruesome fucking knee injury she suffered on SmackDown fucking almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it's crazy how long she's been gone, type of thing. So
yeah, that knee, she was gone for over 10 months.
Yeah.
Which ACL injuries usually like 6 to 8. She was gone for a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
And recently divorced too, might I add, last summer.
Oh, that did end up happening. I remember we speculated that, but then we weren't sure.
TMZ reported it today that she was recently divorced last over the summer.
Which is kind of awkward because, because he went back to WWE. You would have thought they would have stayed away from each other. So.
And it wasn't like they were split up either. They split up in like June, and then they were divorced by like July.
Damn.
So, it wasn't like they were split up at that time either.
They got that shit done. They got that shit done quick.
Very fast.
Feel like Charlotte Flair needs to stay out of the dating game for a while.
Especially with wrestlers.
Yeah.
But so she comes out. She gets the whole entrance. She still has the Bow Down to the Queen theme, which isn't surprising because the other theme was by CFO, and they really don't want to use that theme music anymore. But yeah, I mean, she came out to a pretty sizable reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say that it was deafening. I wouldn't say it was. It was definitely like 90-10.
Yeah, not like Cody when he came back.
People were definitely happy to see her.
Yeah.
But like, as soon as she came out, I think it was kind of predictable.
Yeah.
At that point, who was winning?
Yeah, but it wasn't like because everyone knew Cody was winning the 2023 one. It wasn't like Cody when he returned. I think everyone was more happy to see Cody than Charlotte type of thing.
So Charlotte ends up eliminating Michin.
She mentioned on the press conference that she forgot how to take a robe off. That's what took so long for her to get to the ring and everything like that too. So I don't know if you know.
Those are vast robes too.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention too. When Jordan Grace came out, she had Piper Niven up in a fireman's carry and fucking fireman's carried her the fireman's carry role, which is super super impressive.
Yeah, that was very impressive. I thought you should just do a fireman's carry, and then when she did the roll, I was like, holy crap, that's even more impressive.
That was insane. The And then Piper Niven got eliminated by Charlotte.
Yep.
And then at number 28 is Julia, the NXT Women's Champion. That one genuinely surprised me.
Yeah, I didn't think she'd be in
The two
it.
that surprised me the most was Julia and Stephanie Vaquer in terms of like the NXT crowd.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely awesome to see Julia and Stephanie in this match together.
That's definitely like maximizing like your sign-ins type of thing too, because they were big sign-ins last year. Probably more so Stephanie, just because of the circumstances around it. Because obviously Julia, they were able to kind of sign quickly, but Stephanie was one they had to fight for, and they've definitely because obviously the biggest thing is WWE won that battle, but the biggest thing is you can win signing a free agent, but it's how you use the free agent, and WWE have definitely made it a win.
They absolutely have made it a win.
Because if she went to the other company, it wouldn't have been a win.
It would not have been a win. I mean, they wanted Stephanie, but Stephanie said she never wanted to go there. So, and they had no interest in Julia because she was close.
Yeah.
With Rosie Ogawa, and they didn't want anything to do with Julia. And good thing, because she's going to go off to do bigger, better things in WWE. And the same thing with Stephanie.
Yeah, because we haven't seen any Joshi wrestler at all in AEW recently. I don't think that I can think of. So.
Yuka Sakazaki, that was it. She got a random match and lost against.
When did we see
against Mercedes I Bury Everyone Monet.
Yeah, but then when the hell have we seen her before that? Like
probably like 5 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So this elimination was very interesting. But Julia ends up eliminating Jordan Grace.
Yeah, that's why I think she's going to NXT first.
Because weren't they were in kind of an alliance in NXT?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, they're for a little bit with Zarya.
Yeah. And that's also they have that in NXT too, where because didn't Zarya spear Jordan Grace in that tag match, like by accident and everything like that? They have that they can play with. Like there's so much for Jordan Grace to do in WWE. Yeah. Like it's not even funny.
Whether
like
it's in the main roster, whether it's in NXT, there's a lot for her to do.
Yeah.
It's not like they're finding stuff for her to do. Like with a lot of like debuts or returns or anything like that, it's like, especially like a big debut.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to find like things for them to do on the roster.
Yeah.
Whereas like with Jordan Grace, there's like 5 or 6 different storylines that she can jump right into.
Yeah, because that's why I think Andrade, it took a while for him to get going, and because they didn't have anything for him to do, type of thing.
That's why they kind of threw him in with like the Judgment Day and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and then he did the Best of 7 for a while, which kind of kept him going,
which was really good. So Julia then sees Stephanie Vaquer standing there, and they do a little face-off, but then they team up against the 4 Horsewomen. And then Bianca gets involved, and then a huge brawl breaks out. And now, the worst part of the Rumble.
Yeah.
For a short period of time. The absolute dog shit part. Nia Jax comes out.
Yep, she does.
Great. This is what everyone wanted, right? Just everyone wanted this.
And the win was full at this point, so I think you could see what was going to happen here.
Yeah, it doesn't. It was 14 active women. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's way too many. So Zelina got eliminated, and then Candice gets eliminated, and then Trish gets eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
Out now at number 30, the returning Hall of Famer, Nikki Bella.
So I have a story about this, the first time around anyways. My friends and I kept predicting it was going to be like AJ Lee, it was going to be Becky Lynch, and then when number 30 and we would keep track of like who hadn't come in yet and everything like that. So we're like, okay, it's gonna clearly be clearly Nia's coming in, but we knew like we had a couple surprise entrances. I think Julio ended up being one of them, who none of them really knew because obviously they don't watch NXT.
Yeah.
But so we were thinking AJ Lee or Becky Lynch. I was more thinking Becky Lynch, but like AJ Lee obviously was a big, because my friend like has TikTok and like it was showing up a lot on his TikTok because I think he follows a lot of CM Punk thins and everything like that. And then we were thinking it was going to be, AJ Lee or Becky Lynch. And then we were, like, even getting more excited because they took, like, a pause, like, before Nikki's entrance even, like, hit or anything like that. So, like, oh, it's going to be Becky Lynch or AJ Lee. But we were thinking it's going to be one of them. And then when it was Nikki Bella. So, apparently, I didn't know this. So, you're going to have to... Apparently, it did get a big reaction, but because, again, I was watching it with the group, I didn't hear the reaction. My friends and I were like, damn it, because we were thinking it was like the Roman Reigns situation all over again, where, like, they did that, like, thinking it was going to be a big surprise, and then it ended up being, like, Nikki Bella. That's kind of how I felt like. I was like, we were, like, hoping it was going to be AJ Lee or Becky Lynch, and then, like, it ended up being, like, Nikki Bella, and we were like, damn, and we weren't even talking, like, I think they did that on purpose, because they took a pause type of thing. They did do it on purpose for the surprise factor, but, like, we were thinking it was going to be Becky or AJ, and then it ended up being neither of them, so we were pretty... But apparently, I guess she did get a big pop, but, like, obviously, on my side... I'm probably in the minority here. I was pretty disappointed when it was Nikki Bella. Because obviously, too, even though I picked it was going to be Nikki anyways, type of thing, but...
I'm like indifferent about it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's Nikki. Okay, cool. She can wrestle again. That's awesome. Because she had that very serious neck injury, so it's kind of cool to see her being able to fight through that and come back, and everything that happened with her ex-husband and everything with her and Artem.
Right.
She just really had a shitty 2024. So, she looked fine in the match itself, but yeah, like, the surprise factor was definitely there.
Right.
Apparently Becky wasn't even in Indianapolis. To me, I think they're waiting for more so maybe after WrestleMania for her. I know it's a little bit down the line, but they're probably waiting a little bit longer for her. And with AJ Lee, it's like there's an open door policy there. I just don't think she's really shown that much of an interest in coming back to wrestle.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if she did, great. I think the best thing for her is a Rumble. I just don't think that she has, like, not the stamina, but, like...
Yeah.
I don't think she can go for that long anymore. So, a Rumble appearance would have been great. I knew it wasn't going to be her. It was fine. I didn't mind it being Nikki Bella. There were rumors that she had been training to come back to wrestle.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, Nikki, I didn't mind. Kind of coming back to it, I don't mind. It seemed I'm actually kind of shocked how in WWE worked things out this quickly because obviously it wasn't that long ago where they kind of ended on bad terms and everything like that. It will be interesting to see what happens too if like I talked about in the predictions how the Brandon's gonna work with the Bellas now and everything like that because obviously Brie still hasn't, as we known, come back yet and everything like that. Nikki Bella's pretty much gonna be doing this on her own, which she kind of was anyways before Brie, because Brie retired I think before she did. But it'll be interesting to kind of see, like, because she did an interview on the exclusives afterwards, kind of teasing that this is just that this might not be a one-off type of thing. Like, there might be more to this.
So I think WWE related stuff, Bella.
Yeah.
Non-WWE related stuff, Garcia.
I really hope
because they're not going to. Oh, it's Nikki Bella in Brie Garcia.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it's going to be non-WWE branded stuff. They're going to use their real name.
Yeah. And
then WWE like branded stuff, WWE appearances outside the company for WWE, Bella.
But I'm excited to see, like, if there's more to this. If Brie comes back, probably not going to happen, but, like, I'm thinking, like, maybe does Daniel Bryan come back? Because obviously he's going to be out of action for a while, but probably not going to happen. That's like the one return I think that I want to happen that probably never will happen is Daniel Bryan type of thing.
So I don't think that's I think that it was very telling on Raw and Netflix when it was just one twin and not the other.
Yeah.
Very telling there because they literally do everything together.
Yeah.
So, especially media appearances, they do literally every media appearance together.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
They were just on an episode of Hell's Kitchen that I watched the other day. So, and they were the Garcia twins. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was taped like over the fall. So it was very telling to see her by herself on the Netflix show, and then
Yeah.
she's Bella again. So that's it. And she, it's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
But we'll see. Maybe Brie does come back. I don't think so, but who knows?
Yeah.
Now we get to the fucking pathetic part. The part that almost ruined the Royal Rumble, honestly. Not only does this look like shit, but you have 6 women like dangling, trying to stay in, and Nia just comes out and eliminates all of them.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I know that sounds very anticlimactic, but the way they shot it looked awful.
Yeah.
It didn't even look like Io was even trying to stay in the match. She put very little effort into it.
Yeah.
Bianca was just sort of lackadaisically thrown out. Naomi, the same thing. Julia, Stephanie, all of they were all just sort of like in Liv and Raquel, just like, not Julia, just Stephanie, just like lackadaisically thrown out.
Yeah, it was insane.
And it just looked bad. It just looked really, really bad.
Yeah.
And it looked very clumsy. And it just didn't look good. And it made everyone look bad. All included. Nia, Io, Liv, Bianca, Naomi, Stephanie, and Raquel. Made them all look just really, really bad.
Yeah, it was insane. I didn't like it
I
at
can't
all.
believe that they did that. Not only did they do it that way, it just looked horrible.
Yeah, I can't believe it. And because of this, Nia broke her own record. I was like, yeah, well, obviously, because she got eliminated 6 women at once. She's obviously gonna break the record. If you don't break the record after that, how do you not?
Yeah.
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 But yeah, there was, I did they did a brawl off screen afterwards, I guess.
Yeah,
but,
they did. Yeah, to kind of make up for it, but it was still really bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
So Julie ended up getting eliminated next, followed by Bailey, and then Nikki got eliminated after her, and then
Yeah.
the final 3 was Nia Jax, Charlotte, and Roxanne Perez. Nia tries to do big girl shit, and she gets eliminated.
Good.
And Roxanne tries to go for a head scissors, and that was her undoing, and Charlotte catches her, drops her down, and boots her in the face, and she won. Charlotte is your 2-time Royal Rumble winner. After the dust kind of settled, after the crowd had their reaction, people online were not too happy. It was kind of predictable that it was going to be Charlotte, the way they pumped it, the way that they not prioritized it, but the way that they advertised it, and the way they kept showing her all the time kind of made it seem like, okay, maybe she's winning.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. I personally don't give a shit. I'm in the very minority. It's okay, who cares?
Personally,
why are you getting so upset over this?
Yeah. Personally, I'm not upset about it. She's been out of action. She's been really out of the WWE scene since 2022, because obviously she's been in and out really since then, because then she got injured last year and stuff. And there's a lot of new crop of talent that she can wrestle. It's a big return and everything like that. and her being the first ever two-time women's Royal Rumble winner, I'm okay with it. Also too, like, there's good storylines you could go with her challenging either Rio or Tiffany. I think it's gonna be Tiffany probably, and then Rio will face somebody else. But I personally don't mind Charlotte Flair winning the Royal Rumble. Especially too because we got a surprise later on, so it's like I thought that kind of balanced it out really well and everything like that. Which is kind of weird because then people don't like that. People just can't seem to make up in their mind what they want, because then when that happened, the surprise one, people got mad about that one. So it's like, what the hell's going on here? Everyone got mad about the predictable one, and then everyone got mad about the unpredictable one. So it's like, make up your minds type of thing, sometimes, like they can't make up their minds type of thing.
Yeah.
But I personally don't mind Charlotte Flair winning. She's been out of action for a while, and she I don't. Plus, too, if she's a heel, I don't know if she's gonna be a face or a heel. I guess that just depends on who she goes after and everything like that. If she goes after Rhea, I think she's a heel. If she goes after Tiffany, I guess that just depends on what happens with Tiffany, because we still kind of don't know what Tiffany is at the moment. She's more the tweener role right now. And again, like I said, Charlotte Flair's been out of the limelight for so long that I'm okay with her kind of coming back and being in the title picture and everything like that. That I will start to complain, because it seems like all of Charlotte Flair's feuds, no matter what, revolves at the title. So if she comes back, wins the title, and then loses it, then we'll see what happens with her afterwards. But I'm personally fine with Charlotte Flair being back, because she hasn't been around in a while and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
But that's the Women's Rumble. I'll give it probably 4.25 stars. I thought overall, I think with Triple H's Rumbles, what I like about them is everyone that's in the match has a purpose. Like, there's never a throwaway for the most part in his Rumble matches. Obviously, the only thing I didn't really like was obviously the stuff with Nia. Jada Parker being in the match shouldn't have happened. She was probably the one that was a nothing in the match, actually. But and then but the stuff I did like was obviously the stuff with Jordynne Grace, some of the surprises, and then I didn't really mind the winner too much. And then Roxanne Perez had a really good performance and stuff. So overall, I'll give it 4.5 stars. What would you give the Women's Royal Rumble?
I give it 4 stars. It was it was a good Rumble.
There you go.
So next we had they do their little cameos now with they had the Godfather at ringside along with Mickie James and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle was at ringside with his daughter, who is also a wrestler, a amateur wrestler now too, which is pretty cool.
I thought it was funny that Pat McAfee mentioned because he just did an interview with Chris Van Vliet recently where he didn't like to be called Perk Angle. So Pat McAfee was mentioning that type of stuff on commentary and everything like that. I thought that was pretty funny.
So she was wearing his 1995 World Championship medal and his 96 Olympic gold medal.
Yeah, that was cool.
So
I
thought that was awesome. Good segment.
He was probably there to visit his son, Jason Jordan, too. He hasn't seen his son in a while.
Yeah, his son.
Because technically that's still kayfabe. They never did anything with that. That's totally still part of the storyline, actually, if you think about it, that's his son. They never did.
Yeah, because he never followed up on that. I guess he forgot about him again.
I guess so.
So backstage, they showed a couple of wrestlers. They showed Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre warming up. They go back to ringside, and they showed head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, fresh off of their loss in the national championship. Marcus Freeman, excellent head coach, with his family at Stephen Amell.
I like that you talk about how he's this excellent coach, and you just have to throw in there that he had a fresh loss and everything like that. What a great way to put him over. Take that loss right there. Hold that L.
He's still a great coach. I know,
but then I remember.
I have to say what happened. I watched the game.
I know, but it seems like you mentioned it seemed like that was kind of a backhanded like compliment almost, like head coach fresh off. You made sure to say like fresh off his loss too, like didn't even give the guy a chance to like lick his wounds or anything like that. Just had to mention it, like. Poor guy trying to freaking.
That guy.
He's trying to sit there and enjoy a wrestling show. Where I feel like too, you'd be sitting next to him. You wouldn't even. The first thing you'd say to him is like, "Hey, how you guys liking that? How you enjoying that fresh loss, buddy?" Like, Chris. So I guess you gotta be careful if you ever get into sports. Like, Chris, I could have like a really good game, and then my team will lose, and Chris will come over to me, and be like, "How'd you guys like that loss right there, Owen?"
Yeah,
you enjoy that loss.
Reality.
But poor guy trying to sit there and watch a wrestling show, and Chris is just like, "Yeah, what a great." He talks about great of a coach he is, enjoying his nice fresh loss right there, type of thing. Hey, it might not even be his fault. You're over there blaming him and everything like that, type of thing.
Hey, who knows?
Maybe they didn't listen to him like they should have. Because it sounded like there was some blaming going on right there. Because you're saying you mentioned it was his loss. You didn't mention it was the team's loss.
The team wasn't there. He was.
I know, but you said it was his loss. You could have said if it was his team's loss.
He got the loss in his loss column. In his overall coaching record.
Poor guy can't even enjoy a wrestling show for 2. He's probably trying to forget about it. Just wants to enjoy his nice life. And you're over here, Chris Dodd, enjoying his nice loss. Can't even get 2 seconds to enjoy a wrestling show.
Poor guy. Oh well, too bad.
I guess so. You even like him? I feel like this is a Dom hate. I feel like there's a Dom hatred right here that you just had to go and mention.
I wanted him to win. I don't hate him. I like him. I wanted to win.
I know it sounded like there was some hatred there.
I don't actually like Ohio State. So backstage they had the Motor City Machine Guns were preparing for their match, and DIY also too. Then we get to that match, and it's the WWE Tag Team Championship 2 out of 3 falls match. It's the Motor City Machine Guns, comprised of Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus #DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, the champions.
Mm-hmm.
Tommaso champions.
Yeah, why not?
Really good match. I'm not going to go over the matches like in depth because both of the 2 matches that were on the fucking show were both A tier, even S tier at times. So DIY ended up getting the first fall, which kind of made sense. The more I thought about it when we did our predictions, Motor City getting the first fall really didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
because it kind of makes sense for them to come back from behind to get like the second fall, the first fall for them, because that kind of gives them momentum going into the third fall.
And it ended up being kind of light because they got it very heelish.
Yeah,
I thought they get it right away, like type of thing, but it wasn't like that. But like
it was. I thought it would be right away too, like almost within the first like couple of minutes. It was a while before they got their first.
But why don't you talk? Because the way they get the first fall was something different and cool that actually I'd never really seen happen before. Why don't you talk? Because that was really cool how they got their first fall.
Oh, they did like some like sneaky tag team shit.
Yeah, it was really like they faked it. They like faked the tag, and like Sabin thought like Gargano was legal, but he like wasn't, type of thing. It was really cool, like type of thing.
It's something that's like unique and different, like that heels can do, rather than just be like the typical. Oh, they tagged in, but they didn't tag in. They're going to beat him up like they did earlier.
I like that they reversed it, like where it looked like, because I think Sabin went for his hot tag and everything like that too, and then he didn't even get to do his hot tag, which was pretty cool, type of thing. So
yeah. So DIY ended up going up 1-0, and Motor City tied it up with Skull and Crossbones at 1 apiece, and then it went on for a while.
Yeah, it did.
No pinfalls, and then near the end of the match, this is where it gets kind of weird. They Motor City looks like they're about to get the victory when out of nowhere 2 dudes show up. One wearing a mask, one not.
Yep.
Angelo Dawkins, everyone knew it was him. You could see it. Hits. I forget who did he hit. He hit Shelley. He hit Alex Shelley with the crutch.
Yeah.
Across the back.
Yeah, because Saban took the pin, so it was Shelley.
And Montez Ford was on the opposite side. Then they just destroy him, hit him with the meat, and then DIY hit meeting in the middle, and they pin him for the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting finish to the match. Kind of almost odd because it's like I don't get why they needed to like have the Street Profits like interfere, because like they could have just gotten their revenge if Shelley and Saban had won on DIY and then beaten the Guns for the tag titles for revenge too.
Yeah.
So it really didn't make any sense.
I
in a way.
personally didn't hate this finish when you put some thought into this for a couple of reasons. The Street Profits is kind of weird, but I think they can explain it by saying like, because obviously afterward, the thing that I like that they did afterwards was they beat DIY up. I thought, because in the Vince era, either they would have just beaten up the Motor City Machine Guns and they would have turned heel, but obviously it seems like they're more tweeners because obviously they beat them up. I think you're going to get to that. I personally didn't hate this because this also keeps Motor City Machine Gun in the mix, because obviously if they just lost this match clean, there would be kind of no reason for them to want a rematch. This kind of keeps them in the tag title picture, and you can kind of keep them protected and everything like that. Because the only other way they could really stay in the title picture is if they had switched to Raw in the transfer window type of thing. Which might not have been a bad thing, because I don't know who the World Raiders really face for the World Tag Team titles, because I think they only have Judgment Day, and they just lost one of the key members of the tag division in that group anyways, type of thing. But yeah, I don't hate that, though, because this keeps Motor City Machine Guns in the mix, and this could set up like a multi-person match. I guess it's not going to be a Chamber like we thought. It would probably be a WrestleMania. Some type of triple threat, or like they can throw other teams in there for a tag, because there's so many teams that they can throw in there, because they just did that stuff with Pretty Deadly and like Legato and stuff recently, and also too, the Street Profits can say like we want DIY to be the champs, because obviously it's gonna come out. I think it kind of came out on this show, but they haven't said it themselves. Where DIY beat them up the night they were supposed to get the title shot, so they want to beat DIY for the tag titles. And they were kind of teasing a heel turn, maybe not a heel turn, but like some type of like change in character for the Street Profits anyways, like before they just disappeared and everything like that type of thing. So I personally didn't hate this too much. On SmackDown, though, if none of that stuff I just said comes out, then we will revisit this conversation. That's kind of the big thing. I'm going to kind of wait and see how this plays out, but I think that's mostly what's going to happen. On SmackDown, if none of that stuff happens, then we can revisit this conversation. But watch, I feel like you're not going to want to wait till SmackDown. It's like, no, we're going to revisit it right now. Not wait until SmackDown type of thing. Like,
it can wait.
Okay. Usually, I was expecting to be like joking around me. No, we're revisiting it right now, but no, you actually let me wait. But yeah, overall, you kind of said what you thought type of thing. Do you completely hate this, or do you kind of like, are you going to kind of wait and see how SmackDown plays out?
I'm going to wait and see, but the more I think about it, it's weird, but like they kind of have a point, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they don't know who took them out, so they basically just took out both the teams that could have done it.
Yep. Man, it's none of these teams, and it was like, It's like Apollo Crews randomly took him out type of thing. Like, it's none of them. It's just Apollo Crews by himself. He just decided, like, hey, I'm taking you out type of thing. Be awesome.
Hey, yeah, we're the ones that did it.
No, just him, Apollo Crews. Or they pull some big cast stuff and we find out that, like, they just did it themselves type of thing. Well, you know.
It could have been.
Could have been.
Could have been.
I give the match.
So now,
I thought the match was very good, though. I give it like 3 3/4 stars. It did end up being like what we said. It wasn't the barn burner, like sleeper match like I thought it was, but it was still very good. I feel like I feel like they kind of hold back. Like they did a lot, but I feel like they held back a little bit because they had the ladder match coming up, and then like, you know, they had the Rumble match. So it feels like I don't think they were told to hold back, but it feels like they hold back a little bit.
yeah,
So it's still very good.
it was still great. I liked it a lot. So now they officially announced that Clash of the Castle will be. It's going to be called Clash in Paris. Yeah, and it's going to be August of 2025.
I'm looking forward to that. I liked the last time they went to Paris. It was awesome. Well, not Paris, but they went to France, and it was awesome. So
Lyon, France.
yeah,
Then they did a really funny angle or a video package of Pat McAfee as a punter, and he was just like picking apart. Like they were just picking apart. Like, what the hell is this? Like, why are we doing that?
yeah, I liked that. My friends knew the game. That my friends like knew that it's kind of crazy, I guess, because it's like because I don't watch football, so like I don't watch it hardcore. It's interesting that they know exactly what game it is and everything like that, like when it's on,
Yeah,
and everything like that.
If I didn't, I forget who they were facing, but yeah, I remember that. So they showed a video of Bianca with a family. They were also they showed them in the crowd. I think they were the Hall family,
Yeah, they were cool. I like them.
and they got free tickets to the Rumble. Pretty awesome. Chelsea and Bianca gave them to her. Pretty cool.
That's why Chelsea might go face also.
A little like out of character, real life.
Yeah,
Chelsea there.
but that is interesting because they haven't had to do stuff like that before. So maybe that makes me question if she is going face.
Yeah.
But then again, we thought that about Theory because he does a lot of that stuff and he hasn't gone face yet. So
Could be. He should be by now.
I know that they've been. I think they gave up on that.
They did. It's stupid. So they showed at ringside WWE Hall of Famer Ron Simmons. The WWE Hall of Fame trio of Ron Simmons, Rick Steiner, and Rob Van Dam. RVD got a huge reaction.
Yeah, he's awesome.
His whore wife with him.
I'm surprised he wasn't in the Rumble. You know, he figured we would have tried to fit him in there somehow. Because as we've seen in AEW, he could still kind of go. I mean, I wonder if he...
I don't think he has a... I think he has a no contact now.
Because of AEW or just because...
Because he has kink issues.
Oh, did AEW not know that? Like,
I don't know.
That's interesting. Did he get it?
That's why when they did the ECW tribute show,
Yeah.
with NXT, and he only did the run-in at the end and threw the chair, and didn't do anything else. I read after the show, they're like, yeah, that WWE has a. I mean, I could be wrong, but I heard that he's basically not fait accompli, but like they are being very cautious with him.
That makes AEW look even worse.
Because of past concussion issues with him.
Yeah, that makes AEW look real bad then, because he was pretty active in AEW and doing some intense shit there. Like, if he got a concussion,
It could just be like, I mean, he could be cleared to compete, but WWE just that seems like they just haven't cleared him. But I mean, he doesn't need to wrestle. He doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to be there. He's going to get a huge reaction anyway.
As we saw, yeah. It's just crazy to think, by the way, that he was under this Legends contract at the same time he was working with AEW type of thing. And AEW is just fucked up. AEW is fucked up so bad that he won't even go... I don't think he's ever going back there ever again.
He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
So they showed also too the UFC welterweight champion was there, and the legendary singer John Mellencamp was there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Um,
I know she gave them nice props, not unlike the other guy. There was name I already forgot.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anything about Bilal Muhammad. I have no clue. I don't watch the UFC.
And you probably never will, unless Punk fights again.
Probably not, because I saw it the first time. It was pretty bad. And he thinks it's pretty awful too, so...
Clearly. He hasn't been back.
he hasn't been back since. I don't think he's even been ringside.
No, he was recently, I think.
I mean, just commentary for
Yeah.
whatever that UFC promotion is, or MMA promotion. Next is the final match on the show. It's the final singles match, the final regular match, I should say, on the show.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about? There's a whole other Rumble match to talk about there.
Yeah, I guess they just canceled it, apparently.
Yeah, so in Chris's mind, they just can't. They watch? He probably would have. In Chris's mind, he would have just turned off this and then missed the whole Rumble match. Just like, yeah, oh shit, I forgot about the Rumble match.
Yep, done. It's for the undisputed WWE Championship and a ladder match. It's Kevin Owens versus the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. Not just Cody. He has a last name, which he wasn't allowed to use for the longest time. So now he gets to use it again. So they hang the belts up. And this was like very different in terms of like ring jackets for Cody. Because we're used to seeing him with the very long cape like ring jacket or ring cape.
Yeah.
And it's like he just wore like a regular like jacket type thing. It was way different, less flashy than it usually is.
Yeah, I liked it.
And Kevin Owens came out in another version of his the Canadian son of a whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah. Taking a shot at Cody.
Canadian sons of a
electrician or something like that.
It's so funny. It's obviously like a take on it's the Canadian dream son of a security system technician.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's one of the fun. I saw it for the first time that he wore that shirt. I was like, what the fuck does that even say?
I liked it a lot.
The first time. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was awesome.
To Saturday Night's Main Event, he wore the Cody Sucks Eggs t-shirt.
Yeah, I love that.
Which is a take on Terry Funk, and Terry Funk wore the Dusty Sucks Eggs. So, the Canadian Dream Son. It's so funny. It's so funny.
And you know, Cody and Kevin are just having
security technician.
You know, in real life too, Cody and Kevin are just having a laugh about this backstage too.
Oh yeah, it's funny as shit.
Well, I don't think
it's so goofy.
Yeah.
The Canadian dream son of a security system technician. It's like the most boring job.
It's awesome.
Anyway, this match was fucking insane.
It was.
I will say, if you don't like blood, don't watch this match. If you're a little, squeamish when it comes to blood, because Kevin Owens was bleeding quite a bit.
Yeah, very much so.
So, this was just a fucking brutal match. And at one point, they had the ladder set up in the middle of the ring, and Cody went to go grab the titles, but did the Jeff Hardy swing back and forth on it, but got his feet back on. They then set up a ladder bridge in the ring, using the other ladder that was in the middle of the ring, and Kevin hit a fisherman buster from the second rope onto the ladder near the end of the match, and it was fucking brutal.
Yeah.
And the more they showed the replay, Kevin got the worst of it. The back of his head hit the ladder.
Yeah, it was insane.
Fluff, right in the middle. And they played it up like they were going to call the match because they looked very seriously hurt. That's just the lengths of depravity that they're willing to go to. They were literally trying to kill each other in the ring.
Yeah, I remember I said, like, in the predictions, like, they weren't going to do anything, like, too crazy, thinking, like, they were going to wait till, like, try to save him for Mania, but boy, was I wrong. And you know what? It wasn't, like, one of those insane matches that was, like, this way for no reason, like, because obviously they had all this hatred and stuff in this match. It made sense. Yeah.
They needed to go a little bit crazy, and they did. And then Sammy was out there, and he was checking on both of them because he's friends with both of them. So he was checking on both of them to make sure that they were okay.
Yeah.
And he was on board with the match being canceled because he saw like both of his friends were not in the best of health at this point.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, for them.
Kevin got up and was very wobbly and showing signs of a concussion. Obviously, when you hit your head like that, story obviously selling wise, not really. So the match continues on, and there was a ladder bridge that was on the announce table, and this was my favorite spot of probably the whole match, and it was the most fucking violent and brutal spot in the whole match.
It's insane, yeah.
And the most brutal spot WWE's done in a very, 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 very long time. Kevin Owens is trying to hit Cody with a package power driver on the announce table. And Kevin kind of gets him situated to go through. I think what he was going to try to do was do what he did to Sammy and try to do it on the ladder.
Yeah, all those years ago, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Final Battle. It was Sammy's last match in Ring of Honor. So what I think he was going to try to do is walk him over and then do it. But Cody reversed it. He got out of it, picks him up for an Alabama slam, and Bob Holly's the fuck out of him.
Oh, it's insane, yeah.
Through the ladder. And Kevin was folded the fuck up.
It was insane, yeah.
And to Kevin's credit, he didn't move for like 10 minutes. Like, he stayed in that one position, ass over kettle, for nearly the rest of their time on screen.
I mean, Kevin Owens has always been really good about, like, selling shit that's supposed to be, like, brutal.
Always. And they put over that move tenfold.
Yeah.
Sammy, obviously very concerned, because that's legitimately his best friend, his brother, and the whole, you know, like, someone who's like a brother to him.
Yeah, and I don't think that was like...
Death.
I feel like it was meant to be story. I think that was meant to be part of the story, but I think... I don't think it was very... I don't think it...
There's obviously genuine concern there, considering the fact that he went head and neck first through a fucking a ladder. That ladders are not supposed to break.
Right.
So, that was absolutely brutal. Obviously, some like real emotion from Sammy came out there.
Yeah.
Watching his brother get put through that ladder. Cody then, climbs in the ring, climbs up. Struggles at first to get the fucking belts down. That's where I thought like Sammy might have. I was like, ooh, maybe Sammy's gonna get involved here and help Kevin, but no, he didn't. He just kind of was checking on Kevin the whole time. And he wins. And Cody Rhodes retains and is still your undisputed WWE champion. After the match, Cody's he's celebrating a lot. And at one point, they kind of made it this point where Cody was on the announce table, and now Kevin had moved, and he looked very out of it. Kevin had moved, and Sammy's kind of just cradling him. And Cody's on the announce table, and he's kind of just very demonstratively and angrily kind of talking to Sammy, almost talking down to him.
Yeah.
And it set off kind of like a okay. what's going to happen here kind of thing in my head. Like, is Cody going to be a heel? Is Sammy going to be a heel? Is Sammy going to come out like on SmackDown and be like, man, you took it too far kind of deal? And that's going to anger like Cody, thinking that like maybe he's siding with Kevin a little bit too much. But who knows? It could be very odd. It could be a way of maybe doing a double turn.
I wouldn't complain if they did a double turn at all. Yeah.
I think that's kind of like maybe the road that they're going down. Maybe doing a double turn and having Kevin and Sammy be the faces and Cody being the heel would make a lot of sense. Do I think they're going to do that? Probably not. But again, they could just surprise us and do the double turn.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's not like...
I think that direction, probably not.
I wouldn't mind if they did, though. But yeah, this match was great. It was very brutal. I'm going to give it the nice 5 stars. It was awesome.
I give it 5, too. Just incredible.
Yeah, it was a great way to end this feud. It might not be the end, though, but it's at the end of the Kevin and Cody part of it type of thing. But I am interested to see what they do on SmackDown. Cody was supposed to go on the press conference, and they said that he had too many injuries. I hope that's just a work. I feel like, but then again, with the bumps Cody took, you don't know. But he said he will be on SmackDown in Memphis, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. Honestly, if they didn't turn Cody heel, I wouldn't really complain about it type of thing, just because he's getting such great reactions anyways type of thing that I don't really think there's ever really a need. Unless he starts getting booed and stuff. He's not really at that point yet, really, too. He's still getting really good reactions.
Yeah.
And he's not in that, he's not stuck in that face mindset he was in when he was in AEW, where nothing seemed to bother him. This Kevin Owens thing brought out this good intensity out of him that he should have as a baby face and everything like that. It seemed like in AEW and towards the Super Cena phase, they had the I'm always gonna make a joke smile type of thing around him, and nothing ever bothers me type of thing. So I'm glad that it doesn't seem like that's happening with Cody. When things bother him, he gets pissed about it and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the plans are going to be for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This year, again, still in the very early stages of finding out what those plans are. But they took a bit to kind of, talk about Indianapolis because they had to remove the ladders and get Kevin out of there. And
yep.
So they showed at ringside after all that stuff, while that stuff was happening, they showed that Tyrese was there.
He was.
So Hallie was there, and they showed O'Shea, Jackson Jr. and TJ at ringside. That was pretty cool.
I like them. Look good.
They have a great podcast. I'd recommend watching it. It's an amazing podcast. I love O'Shea. He's awesome.
I assume that's obvious.
Awesome.
I assume that's going to raise some questions because obviously he's been getting, people coming after him for some of the stuff he says on his podcast, and I think the people I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. He actually one of the few podcasters and wrestling fans who actually can see through the stupid bullshit that happens on AEW.
Yeah.
Even though he's a fan of the product, he's critical of it.
But the fact that he's been on the Netflix show and now here, they're gonna be oh, what's going on here? Is he
exactly?
Yeah.
They can't handle it. You don't ever see O'Shea showing up to a fucking AEW event. Very suspicious indeed, because they don't fucking care. They don't like publicity. So. And they showed Kai Cenat was at ringside too. It was pretty cool. And then they cut it back to Tessitore and Big E, and they broke down what happened in the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens match. It was brutal.
Yeah.
It was insane. Definitely crazy. That ending spot still is. It's an amazing spot. And now we get on to the very interesting somewhat controversial 30-man Royal Rumble.
What's controversial about it? Oh yeah, because of the who won.
Not only that, but there's some stuff that came out afterwards that we think is a work. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I was like, what's so controversial about it? But I forgot. Yeah, there's some stuff that came out.
So number 1 was Rey Mysterio, which is pretty cool. Obviously, he was the winner of the 2006 Royal Rumble. I think that he came in that Rumble number 1 or number 2.
It's the same thing.
I forget, but either way, he won the Rumble from 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Impressive as fuck. Won it as a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. Pretty awesome. Then won the World of Freaks. That was a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. This is his 14th Royal Rumble. Wow.
Yeah, it's insane.
At number 2, Penta.
Yeah, this was awesome.
Huge pop for Penta. Just immediately, I was like, okay, I see what they were talking about now when they said that there was big plans for him at the Rumble. I was like, those are big plans, all right.
Because obviously, I mean, I know they've mixed up before on Lucha Underground, but this is the first. Because, not discrediting Lucha Underground, but this is the first time where they can, live, they can, mix it up. Because obviously in Lucha Underground, they edit out all the botches for the most part and everything like that type of thing. So,
like the time where it actually kind of matters.
Yeah.
I mean, it mattered in Lucha. Lucha was great, but, this is where it actually matters now.
Yeah.
They start off great, sign of respect. Cero, Miedo, Penta does that, and before every match, they start beating each other up. Do some quick lucha stuff before the competitors start coming in the ring. And number 3 is the new You Suck guy, Chad Gable.
Yes, he is.
With history with both of them.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Doors. As soon as he came out, I was like, that's it. That also ties it all together. Because that was Penta's first opponent, and Chad Gable hates luchadors.
Yep.
So, and there happened to be 2 luchadors in the ring. That was, I started laughing because I was like, okay, that's, I kind of like that. Out at, they did a really cool spot where, Penta was kind of just standing there. He looks at Ray. Ray jumps up on his fucking shoulders and hits with a back plancha or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I think it meant to hit his stomach. But he hit him. But Ray kind of fell off, jumped off of Penta's shoulders, kind of funny, and landed right onto Gable's knees. And Gable was in pain immediately.
Yeah, that was insane.
That was he ended up being okay, but that could have ended very badly.
Yeah, very badly.
He could have had a hyperextended knee, or could have tore some ligaments in there. But I think that was meant to hit him in the chest or the stomach. But yeah, that looked immediately. I was like, oh shit! I hope Chad's okay. That looked really bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Out next at number 4 was Carmelo Hayes. A lot of good high flying spots here that happened because you got a couple luchadors in there now and a couple high flying guys in Carmelo and Penta and Ray and the non flyer and Chad Gable. Out of number 5, Santos Escobar. Someone fucking Chad Gable hates even more as more luchadors are coming in. But immediately goes and attacks Rey Mysterio, so there's no kumbaya there between them, or no partnership there.
Yeah, we still don't know if Legado have faces or heels or not after what happened on SmackDown, and then heel Legado.
Oh, no clue.
Yeah,
he did get a bit of a reaction though. I will say a little bit of a pop though for Santos.
Yeah, I'm happy for that. Yeah.
Santos, Penta also had a fucking Mexican destroyer too at one point. Looked crisp as hell.
I'm pretty sure it's at this point too where like Gable tried to throw everybody out, and then like everyone came back in. They did like the thing where he was in the middle of them, and they all hit like a super kick onto.
Super kicked him. That looked really clean too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Number 6, the big man, Otis, and they kind of played on the feud with Chad Gable a little bit.
He smacked the crap out of him.
Other, I liked how they did that.
Yeah.
He hit the caterpillar. And then Chad at one point hit him with a German, which is pretty impressive to hoist a almost 400-pound dude up like that. That's never not going to be impressive to me. That's just like super duper impressive.
I don't think he has done it before to do Otis either. Like I remember like in the Vince era, like anytime Cena hit Big Show with the AA, they were like, "Oh, how impressive is that?" Like, dude, he does it like every week. Like, how about
people forget that they like on and off had a rivalry for like fucking 15 years.
And he did it. I think he did it every time too. Like
he did it every time. The first time I think he did it was at WrestleMania 20.
Yeah. I mean, it's impressive, but like
he did it like he did it sometimes multiple times a week with their house shows, with TV, with fucking PLEs.
I mean, I know it's impressive, but like the way Vince would have him put it over, it's like he never did it before type of thing.
Yeah, like oh my god, look at that strength! My god, oh look at the strength! It's like yeah, he does it every week.
Do you remember the Money in the? Do you remember in the Money in the Bank? We'll talk about this when we do that. Do you remember the Money in the Bank 2012 match when Big Show brought out the special ladder? They acted like they like never saw it before when he did it like 2 years earlier type of thing. Like
the special fat boy ladder. Out next is Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. And he just comes in and just wrecked shop.
Oh yeah, he does.
He fucking annihilated Carmelo Hayes with a spear. I was kind of surprised he didn't touch up on their feud at NXT.
Well, there wasn't enough time because he was out pretty quickly. So
yeah, that is true. And now one of the crazier like spots like in the beginning portion was when Braun Breaker just out of fucking nowhere just immediately leaps up to the top rope and hits a Frankensteiner. No hands, nothing, just runs 1,000 miles an hour and fucking jumps up to the top rope and hits a Frankensteiner.
Yeah, it's insane.
I was like, holy shit. I was like, oh my fucking god. That's insane.
It was wild.
That was insane. I couldn't believe it. That was nuts. So then Santos gets eliminated. And now it gets interesting. Now, out at number 8 is Akira Tozawa.
Well, we thought so.
And as Carmelo's going to the back, he absolutely fucking wallops Akira Tozawa.
Poor guy.
Just clear fucking forearm to the back of the head. Knocks him unconscious. Brutal. Immediately bring him to the back. Triple H immediately says he can't go. He looks over and he sees iShow Speed, who's obviously, documenting everything on his, he's live streaming. So,
will you watch his live stream when that was going on at the time?
I didn't watch it.
Oh.
He goes, Speed, go out there. He's like, what? Like, Speed, go out there. Go. We're in the Rumble. Speed goes out there. Had a theme song. So.
Right.
So Speed goes out there. Looks pretty good. He eliminates Otis, which was even the most shocking part.
Well, not by himself though. He had some help with Braun Breaker.
But he still eliminated someone.
Yeah, I think he eliminated.
He never eliminated anyone, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, I can't. This is just
You gotta do it.
so, so Speed does the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration because that's his favorite soccer player in the entire world, or football player, be European. So he does the Ronaldo celebration. He wore the 7 for Ronaldo. He also, at one point in time, faked like he had met Cristiano Ronaldo, and it was a big thing. It was really stupid. He does the Ronaldo celebration. Turns his back to Braun Breaker. Huge fucking mistake.
Big time.
Braun behind him starts running the ropes like a fucking madman, and with easily the most memorable spot in the Royal Rumble and one of the more memorable spots in Royal Rumble history. Braun's running like a madman against the ropes, and he just fucking annihilates ISO Speed with a spear and almost fucking killed him.
It was insane.
Oh my fucking god!
You should see, like,
just
yeah,
absolutely murdered him.
You should see afterwards, like backstage, like I think it was. I don't know if you saw it, but Logan Paul, Logan Paul was like checking on him, and his skin peeled from that and everything like that.
I think it's so Braun then picks him up and then eliminates him. He throws him onto Otis, and Otis throws him over the announce table. I think it happened when he went over the announce table.
Yeah.
Like his skin literally ripped off on his leg. It was fucking gross.
That was awesome.
Insane. Very funny.
And scary.
Just seeing Braun Breaker hit the ropes behind him. Like, Braun was like celebrating with him, like, yeah, let's go. Like, they were going to team up. All of a sudden, the fucking madman just starts hitting the ropes. And I'm like, oh, I just started laughing. I'm like, oh, he's going to fucking kill him. He's going to kill him.
And he did.
Oh, boy, kill him. He fucking killed him, all right.
I don't think ISO Speed's a thing anymore. I think he died. I think he's dead.
I was laughing so hard when that happened. Oh, that was brutal. Just a brutal spear. So Sheamus is out now after all that craziness. Sheamus is out at number 9. He hits a couple of beats of the Baldwin on I forget who Gable, and then onto Braun Breaker, his nemesis. Out at number 10 is Big Jim, Jimmy Uso.
Yep.
I know why he's called Big Jim.
I guess he's not even big.
His piece. Naomi said it's huge. So
there you go.
After Liv tried to call her out for something because Liv made something very inappropriate remarks about Dom sexually, and Naomi said something, and then she said that Jim Uso's got a big piece. So
he's Big Jim.
I kind of believe her. That's why he's Big Jim. So Jimmy's out next. Big reaction for him. Big reaction. Ever since his comeback, really, he's been getting like huge babyface reactions.
Yeah, he's finally hitting his stride as a single star. Finally, I think now that he's not a heel anymore and stuff.
And it's like it's different too because of course, like when they were a tag team, him and his brother, they both got over. They were both over huge, but it's like now singularly, they both are over now.
Yeah, it took a while.
He actually came out with like a lay-on and fucking snapped that thing into a million pieces.
They both, yeah, but all
yanked that thing and it just went everywhere.
Yeah. I don't know how long it took him to clean that up.
Probably a long time. That thing went everywhere.
Yeah, it was insane.
Out at number 11 was Andrade. Immediately comes in and hits the running dick on everyone.
Yes, he did.
It's not the running knees, it's the running dick. If you can see, he just fucking... It spreads. You're getting running teabagged.
Would you take that move?
No. It looks like it fucking hurts either way. Whether he's hitting me with his knees or his crotch. Now out at number 12, Jacob Fatu.
Oh, this was scary.
I was like, oh shit. That was my reaction.
Yeah, this is scary.
Oh shit. I'm like, he's gonna kill everyone in this ring.
And he kind of did.
He went on a fucking wrecking machine. He came out, perfect number for him. Just 2 eliminations right off the bat. He eliminated both Gable and Mysterio.
Yes, he did.
But yeah, Ray lasted a pretty long time too.
Yeah, he did. Unfortunately, Jacob Fatu just happened to be. Ray would have lasted longer if Fatu had been a later number, probably.
Yeah.
Poor Ray.
Poor Ray. Then Andrade gets eliminated. They start to brawl a little bit, and then out at number 13 is sassy Ludwig Kaiser. If you would know, people make fun of him because his entrance is very sassy now.
It is.
He's very flamboyant with his entrance. So he comes out and he like kind of does the heel shit that no one really does anymore, which is like he took his time. He kind of like sprinted down to the ring and stopped, and was kind of like very flamboyantly walking back and forth.
Yeah.
On the apron, like outside the ring, just kind of stalking and seeing where he would go in. So Ludwig eventually gets into the ring, and within 3 seconds is gone. Just immediately gone.
Yeah, poor guy.
Michael Cole kept saying, "Oh, that might be the record. That might be the record." And I'm like, "No, that's." He came in and then hit someone, and then got tossed. So I think the official time for Ludwig, I think, is 3 seconds.
Yeah. I don't think you ever beat. I don't know if you could. I don't know how you beat 1 second. That's gonna be hard. Like.
It's really hard.
Titus O'Neil tried to beat 1 second. He couldn't.
So the official time for Ludwig Kaiser is 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So he didn't embarrassingly break Santino's record. I don't even know how it's possible to break 1 second. I really don't even know how it's possible.
You're legit gonna have someone like right at like the ropes or something. Like
Santino came in, was out immediately.
I know.
Slides in, out. Slides in, out. I don't know how you can beat that. It's not even possible.
I did like that it was Penta that eliminated him too. I feel like I feel like they in this Rumble you set up a lot of things that Penta can do in the in WWE.
Ray or Ludwig or maybe continue with Chad or whatever. Like they set up a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Him and Jacob Fatu would be crazy, but they're on different brands though.
That's too scary. That's too scary to think about.
Well, they've already wrestled before.
I know, but it's still scary. Like.
It is.
They're both scared. They're both. I mean, Jacob.
Just scaredy cat over here.
Wait, what?
Just scaredy cat over here.
No, you're scared of this too. Admit that. Like Jacob Fatu is a scary man. Like I don't even want to talk about. I don't want to talk crap about that guy. Like that guy.
No,
like.
That is a convicted felon. He is very scary.
The fact that now that he's out of Solo's control, this is a scary thing.
It could be bad.
It has been bad.
All that are involved. So, at number 14, The Miz. Yeah. He did some stuff. He was mizzing it around.
He was.
And then, at number 15, say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I don't throw my phone around, that'd be nice. So Joe Hendry was 15.
Yeah.
Place went fucking berserk.
Yeah, that was awesome for him.
Was that the first non-contracted employee to appear on the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Jordan Grace is signed, so...
Yeah. So he was the first non-contracted employee. Basically working for WWE's sister company now in TNA.
Yeah, it's insane.
Their partner, their alliance. I would expect more of like those in Rumbles going along. The crowd goes absolutely wild. He does his typical stuff out there. Pretty cool. Crowd went crazy. That's all you really need to know. Crowd went fucking nuts.
Yeah, it was awesome for him. I was happy for him.
Number 16. Kind of surprisingly early, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns draws number 16. I was like, whoa. I was like, that's a bit early for him. He's not usually this early.
Yeah, I thought he'd be later on, yeah.
So, appearing in his first Royal Rumble since
2020.
2020. And his first Royal Rumble match since what, 2019?
No, this is his first Royal Rumble match in 2020. Because remember, that was the year Edge came back and like Drew won it and everything like that. So.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, because he competed earlier in the night. Yep, then he came back at the later. Yep, that's right, yeah.
This is his first Rumble match as the Tribal Chief, which is insane.
Mm-hmm. He's the big dog in that one.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, because it's like he was champion for fucking 4 years, so he didn't need to be in the Rumble.
Yeah, it's insane.
So Roman Reigns goes on a bit of a eliminating streak and eliminates Sheamus and The Miz and Joe Hendry. And then Reigns and Breakker square off, and then Reigns gets nailed with a spear. Just out of nowhere, just obliterates him.
Yeah, it was insane.
And then Paul Heyman looks like just shocked. And as it looks like it's about to be kind of a quick elimination for Roman Reigns, he turns it on Braun and eliminates him. So Braun Breakker eliminated by the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
They protected him really well, though, considering the fact that it was like they made it seem like it was like experience for Reigns type of thing, and they had like a look.
Yeah.
They looked at each other like that might be something. I don't know about this year, but like maybe next year or something like that type of thing.
Could be, yeah, like in the future. So as Reigns is on the ground, selling his ribs. On the other side of the ring, Jimmy Uso got eliminated by Jacob Fatu, and that Reigns saw that and that pissed him off.
Not just that, they were like shaking hands and everything like that, and then like I think like Jacob Fatu like eliminated him like mid handshake and everything like that too. Like,
yeah, he super kicked him.
Yeah,
and eliminated him. That pissed off Roman. As soon as Roman got up, and I'm like, "You gonna do that?" I was like, "You gonna piss off Roman Reigns now?" I was like, "He's your Tribal Chief. Bow down to him."
Oh, Jacob Fatu ain't bowing down to anybody.
He didn't bow down to him. He actually punched him right in the face. So they're going at it, and out at number 17 was the perpetually angry Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, this was a big deal. Yeah.
This is a big deal because he's had some issues with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. The not solo version. Because he didn't take it all. So the theme song could change now because he didn't take it all.
He hasn't been back since then, okay? So like, maybe he's going to get a new one.
All, yeah. He's been taking it all right. He's been using all that fucking vacation time. He's been taking all the vacation time.
He's trying to collect himself. He doesn't know what to do with himself now. So...
So Drew gets involved, and then now this is where it gets fucking, and this is where it gets kind of funny, but also kind of sad. Out at number 18, using I think it was the Judgment Day theme, or it's a new, I don't know. Finn Balor. No reaction, by the way.
Yeah, that was a shame.
For the first time in his entire WWE career, he came out to fucking nothing.
Yeah, that sucks. That's on Def Rebel.
That was like, I was like, who the fuck is this? I was like, is this a surprise entrant? Like, who's this? And then Finn came out, and I was like, wow, no one's reacting at all. That was very shocking to hear him come out to silence. That's never, ever happened before, ever, in his 10 years plus that he's been in WWE.
Well, the pandemic, because he wrestled in the pandemic.
Yeah, but like when there's a crowd there.
Yeah.
His first time when there's a crowd there, and that's ever happened to him.
Yeah, it's insane.
And
I couldn't believe it.
It was utterly shocking.
I don't know if that was a Def Rebel thing or maybe he's been gone too long. I'm not sure. I don't know what happened though.
It's a Def Rebel thing because if he came out to his regular theme song that he had been using, people would have reacted to it.
Probably, yeah.
Except for he came out to the fucking rap theme song that they gave to the Judgment Day. It doesn't even fit them.
Not at all. I finally had a chance to listen to it, and it's terrible.
Like, I don't mind it. It's not a bad song. It just doesn't fit them.
Yeah. Especially
They're not they're not like this rap group. They're a fucking, a vicious stable. Like, it's not like that doesn't fit them at all.
Maybe that's not the song that's bad, but you also go from the other side, which is like one of the best songs WWE's ever done, to like this. It's like it's a big drop off.
It made sense. And then they changed it to that, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
Like the other side was like dark and moody, and that's kind of like what the Judgment Day is. It's
not anymore, I guess.
A rap group. It's just that's not a good song for them.
Well, would it be a rap group though? Because R-Truth was in the group, and he's a rapper, so maybe it is a rap group. Maybe that's why it is. Maybe that's why R-Truth thinks he's in the Judgment Day. Because he.
Yeah, with DP.
Huh?
With DP.
Yeah. By the way, did he get transferred to SmackDown? Because R-Truth was on SmackDown. Is he on SmackDown? I'm not sure because I don't think he knows.
I don't know. I don't even think he knows what brand he's on.
Because he thought SmackDown was Raw last week. So
I don't even know if he knows what fucking brand he's on anymore.
Does he know what company he works for?
I don't think he does.
I want him to show up on AEW No. I want him to show up on TNA one time thinking it's WWE. I want that to happen once.
Yes, they have to do that. So at number 19 is the U.S. Champion Shinsuke Nakamura with his, samurai theme.
It's awful.
It's just the same theme song with like a Japanese samurai twist to it. It's like it's no different than when it was before. It's just slower.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's slower with like a samurai aspect to it. It's really just odd. And then Penta gets eliminated. And out at number 20...
By Finn Balor, by the way, so that might be something. He got eliminated by Finn. I want that to be something.
Judgment Day.
Huh?
Because Dom did recommend Chad Gable to a luchador killer, whatever the fuck it was. Like a...
Yeah.
Luchador or whatever the fuck it was. But yeah, so maybe that is the feud going forward. Also,
Dom and Penta got into it doing the media event type of thing.
Yeah. So maybe it's kind of like not like he kind of joins the LWO, I guess.
Yeah.
Penta kind of makes sense for right now.
Especially because Dragon Lee's going to be out of action for a little bit. It seems like.
Yeah, with the birth of his child. So. Which
is kind of weird because Dragon Lee, his child gave birth, he disappeared, and everyone's pissed now that Dragon Lee's not being used because they think they're questioning if they even made the right decision going to WWE when he's probably just on maternity leave right now. That's all. Oh no.
His wife just gave birth. What the fuck?
The second.
Relax, people.
The second he disappeared, they're oh, he's not being used well.
It's believe it or not, people have sex.
I guess not.
Women get impregnated, and then they take time off.
Not in AEW. Not in the AEW.
With their spouse.
Not in the AEW fan base. You gotta be on TV every second.
Yes, you do. Or else they don't like you.
Yep.
Number 2 is main event. Jey Uso, baby. And then Shinsuke gets eliminated by Jey Uso. And out at number 20 fucking 1, someone who's been out for an extremely long time, since October of 2023. His first appearance in a very, 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 very long time. He's back to wearing blue again.
Yep.
The phenomenal AJ Styles coming back out again with his first WWE theme song, the one that you just had. So back to where he was before. He's a face again, clearly.
Well, he had already turned face, type of thing.
Yeah, before that, but like this was like
Yeah.
he got in the process of doing it. So
Yeah, because that whole thing's kind of weird because I remember that match with Carmelo. It was meant to be an angle, but then he actually got hurt in that match, so they ended up. So it seems like they're gonna scrap that type of thing.
he had like a Liz Frank injury, which is extremely painful foot injury.
Yeah.
So he had been out since fucking October.
And he looked great in this Rumble. I think he needed this performance because a lot of people. Because I think that foot injury probably got him worried type of thing.
Yeah, he was out for an extremely long time. So, out next to number 22, the Monster Among Men, or Monster Among All Monsters, Braun Strowman. And immediately it was like, oh shit, Jacob Fatu is still in the ring. Holy shit.
Yeah. This is going to be scary.
He charges down to the ring. And immediately goes for Jacob. And Strowman ends up eliminating Jacob Fatu, which again, it's really going to continue the feud, which I am perfectly okay with.
Yeah, that made sense.
Jacob just goes fucking bananas, just throwing shit all over the place. At one point, he took Michael Cole's chair and tosses it into the ring, almost. And Charles Robinson had to secretly go there and pull the chair off the apron because the people were going to crash into it.
It was scary.
He went ballistic. And at number 23, hit the trumpets, baby. Appearing in his last Royal Rumble ever, the legend himself, future Hall of Famer, my hero, John Cena.
Yep.
This is officially like the first leg of the retirement tour. And he looked great. He pulls off the AA. And he looked awesome. And Cena eliminates him.
Despite being the best he's looked, I know he did like a full run recently in 2023, like when the strike was going on. But I think this might be the best he's looked since maybe when he faced Roman at SummerSlam 2021.
Yeah, it has to be, because that was the last time he looked like in real tip-top shape.
Yeah.
To withstand a full-time run. So Cena, this next part looked very bad, and you could tell immediately this was not how it was supposed to go. Cena hits the AA onto Braun after Cena eliminated Braun. Braun was supposed to catch Finn, and he missed him completely.
Yeah.
And Finn took one of the nastiest bumps I think I've ever seen in a Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it was. I know
that was gruesome.
I didn't notice it the first time, but I noticed it the second time watching it, and like you could tell Braun was pissed because he missed the catch and everything like that too.
Immediately, Braun was facing one of the cameras and went, "Oh fuck!" Like he was pissed. He cursed and he was pissed at himself.
Yeah,
He was supposed to catch him and he didn't catch him. So that was brutal. Now,
against
out at 24, the match starts to pick up even fucking more. In my erection was even more pronounced. CM fucking Punk. Yeah, we had a three-way standoff between the former Universal Champion, WWE Champion Roman Reigns, undisputed champion, Roman Reigns, John Cena, and CM Punk.
And before that, Roman and Cena were just facing off before Punk even like comes out and everything like that. So,
yes, it's a crazy standoff. Nothing really happens, and all of a sudden, number 25, Seth fucking Rollins comes out. Just mind-blowing bananas type shit. Now we have a little bit of a standoff between Reigns, Punk, Cena, and Rollins. Insane visual there.
this was awesome. This was probably the most, like, this next stretch of the Rumble you're about to talk about, I think that's the most, like, star power that's been in the match at, like, one time type of thing. Like, it was, like...
Very, very long time.
And I love this. Like, they timed this really... They timed this perfectly, and, you know, there really wasn't much of a standoff when Rollins came out. He immediately went for Punk, which was, I thought, awesome.
Just immediately went beat the shit out of him. Because there's still that vile hatred for each other.
Yeah. So I thought that was even more perfect type of thing. Like, the match, like, stopped for a bit, and then the second Rollins enters the ring, it, like, picks back up again, and everything like that.
Yeah. That was awesome. And it was like, oh shit, like 3 times in a row.
A lot of people got upset there was no, like, surprise appearances in the Rumble, but, like, with as much star power that was in it, I was okay with it, because this was even better than having, like, a bunch of surprise entrances, I thought, for this match in alone. I mean,
you're getting Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Surprising itself that he's even in the match. John Cena, surprised that he's even in the match because he's never in these things anymore. CM Punk, who got hurt the last time he was in a Royal Rumble, and Seth Rollins, who's pretty much a fixture in these things. One by one. Of course.
I don't think I've ever seen in a Rumble match where it was like big star, then a big star entered like one by one. It was insane.
Yeah. You don't usually get like 3 of them in a row where it's John, it's Punk, and it's Seth, 3 in a row like that. You almost never get. They always stagger them. That's why I think Reigns came out at 16.
Probably, yeah. But I think what made this...
Like, look at it now, like, in hindsight, it's like, okay, that made sense. Like Roman was allowed to come in at 16, get his shit in, and then go about, like, get all of his shit in, and then Punk and then Cena, Punk, and Rollins can come in, and we can have that, like, that standoff with the 3, and then Punk, and then Rollins comes in and just breaks that up, and they just beat the shit out of each other.
And it all worked, by the way. It wasn't like a big star coming in. Like, all of the stars that came in one after the other had history. Like, Reigns and Cena, Punk and Cena.
Yep.
Punk and Reigns, there's not history quite yet, but, like, something's building there. Punk and Rollins, they hate each other. Cena and Rollins have it.
All of them do have history with each other dating back to forever ago.
Yeah.
Like Punk... The Shield was originally supposed to be for Punk.
Yep.
It was supposed to be his mercenaries. And Cena had that feud with Seth for the title where he lost it because fucking Jon Stewart, for some reason, had to interfere. But when Seth was, like, I would say near his peak as being a heel because he got hurt not long after that.
Yeah, it was insane.
So that was like probably the peak of his heel run right there. And Punk obviously had that great match, the legendary feud against Cena.
Yep.
And he's building something here with Seth.
And
also,
Roman.
too, the last time Punk was in the company, they also, too, were feuding. Punk and Daniel Bryan were feuding with the Shield.
Yeah, so it's like...
Everything kind of ties in.
Yeah.
It made sense. It was a great, great visual. And as soon as, like, Rollins was like, I was like, oh shit, this is insane.
Yeah, because I feel like you felt something special, like, with Punk, but then once Rollins comes out, it's like, wow, that's insane. This is big time type of thing. Like, this is big time. Honestly, the 01 Rumble might be more star power, but I think what the argument I would use that this trumps it is this bit in the Rumble right here would be the thing that I would use as an argument to trump it type of thing.
Literally, 1, 2, 3, 4 Hall of Famers.
Some future, yeah.
All in the ring at the same time.
Yep.
Together. All of them have some sort of history with each other.
Yep. I mean, you have
and
like,
it just, like,
I mean, we're missing. Awesome. I mean, we're missing even more. Like, we have like world champ, like AJ had just come out just before this too, and then like we're about to get some more like future world champions and like people that are like relatively over in the company come out, and one that's over in a different way that you'll be getting to him. You'll be like, what the hell's he doing here, type of thing.
Yeah, immediately fuck that guy. He came out at 26. Yeah, fuck him.
You wouldn't even say his name.
That's why. Yeah, little pissant.
How do you feel that he got to be
fucking piece of shit?
How do you feel that he was a part of all this? A part of all this star power? He got to like learn from legends right here. And
they went from star, main event level, big time player at 25 to jobber at 26 to 27. Sami Zayn. Huge reaction for Sami.
Yeah.
Immediately comes in and hits McIntyre with a Luva kick. Just immediately runs in and hits him with a Luva kick.
Yep.
Showing that, that wasn't a mistake. and this is where it kind of started to settle down a little bit. These next couple of entrances.
Well, also another big thing I liked is then he hit Seth with the Haluba kick, and he didn't do it like immediately like he did with Drew. Like he kind of hesitated, but then realized, hey, it's the Rumble match type of thing. I can do this now type of thing. Like it doesn't have to be an accident anymore.
It's every man for himself. Number 28, Damian Priest. He nails Shitty Boy with a South of Heaven choke slam and eliminates him.
I think that
my favorite elimination of the night, hands down.
He didn't last very long in the Rumble match, I think, which makes you happy too, Bob.
Good for him. Good. He should have lasted like less than 1 second.
Hey, you know what though? He's gonna get experience being in the ring with this many legends at one time. He's gonna learn something from this, Chris. He's gonna learn something.
4 minutes. 4 minutes. You suck.
Hey, Ludwig only lasted 6 seconds. He lasted longer than...
That's better. That's better.
Why are you laughing at him for lasting 4 minutes? You should be laughing at Ludwig.
Bitch. That's why. He's a bitch boy.
Hey, he lasted longer than the New Day in this Rumble. He lasted longer than the New Day in this Rumble.
You should fucking put a diaper on him because all he eats is fucking chicken tenders. He's going to be fucking shitting out of his asshole pretty soon.
Maybe not. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's changed.
All that fucking grease in his stomach. Maybe eat some fucking real food for once in a while, you little fucking child.
Like what you want him to eat?
Something that's not chicken tenders.
I mean, you say that he'll go to like a restaurant that you own one day. You're gonna put you're gonna take chicken tenders off the menu just so he'll leave.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh at his face too as I'm taking it off the menu.
Will you take it off? Will you put it back on once he leaves too, type of thing?
Yes.
Like,
and he tries to come back and order again. I'm gonna take it right off the menu and laugh at his face.
But what if someone else is like in the restaurant at the same time as him and they try to order it off the menu? Is it?
Can't. It's gonna be on repeat. Him getting fucking belted by his dad. Like, remember that? Huh? Remember that right there? Yeah. This is what you get. Payback.
I mean, like I said, a lot of people are thinking Ray might be the issue because everyone keeps turning on him. So a lot of people are taking Dom's side a little bit because of that now.
Yeah. Okay. They're all a bunch of children too.
Like Santos and like Carlito and all that type of stuff. So
yeah, they're all being manipulated by that little shit.
He started it.
This is an asshole. That's why. It was the thighs of Rhea Ripley that turned that man against his father.
And then the thighs of Liv Morgan, I guess, that turned him against Rhea Ripley. I guess I don't know.
That little fucking tramp. That little tramp did it.
Liv Morgan better watch it.
He's also a man whore. That guy can't make up his mind.
I know, he almost went back to Rhea, and now like he's trying to make Lynn's right with Liv.
Fucking fuck him. So out at number 29, at this point, I was like, okay, there's gonna be no more surprises. So I was like, we haven't seen LA Knight yet. We haven't seen Logan Paul, and there's only 2 spots left.
Yeah.
So
I was okay with that, though.
Out at number 29, as soon as Priest came out, I was like, okay, there's LA Knight and there's Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I'm like, that one of them's 29. I was like, LA Knight's gonna be 29 because they're gonna save the Heat for 30.
Yeah.
So LA Knight came out at 29. And this is where it shit just kind of gets and a little bit. It's not quite yet, but yeah. So Sammy gets eliminated.
By Jey Uso by accident too, which was interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. And you can see he didn't mean to do it.
And
it definitely
and Drew
it
posted.
definitely looked like he was by accident, just by the look on his face. He was very shocked that he did it too.
And Drew kind of poked fun at that too, and everything like that, which was good. I think what makes it better too was Drew was the one that put him over the top rope, like before that type of thing. So that kind of, and I think he went for Drew, but like missed and got Sammy by accident, which is interesting.
It was by accident. They'll make up.
I hope so.
Then, and then Drew hits a fucking Glasgow kiss and a Claymore kick on Jay. And then at number 30, the Heat Magnet, Logan Paul, as I mentioned. And now this is where the fucking interesting part happens. So it's kind of really noticeable, but apparently this is where the heat comes from. So there were reports in this match that someone was going into business for themselves and trying to get themselves over. And Drew's also wasn't very happy with the fact that his creative direction was going to be Damian Priest. And it just looks really like a nothing thing that happened. But Priest was going to eliminate Drew, and as they were kind of moving towards the elimination, LA Knight kind of bumped into them, kind of throwing the elimination off a little bit, making it look a little bit clunky. And that apparently sent Drew off. And Drew got eliminated in the match, but apparently that's what set him off, was that spot. I mean, it looks like it's nothing. If anything, just the clunkiness of a Royal Rumble. But yeah, it just that's apparently what set him off, was LA Knight like going to business for himself or something, trying to get moves over. Like, it just seems very just not true. I
think the biggest thing that makes us think it's not true is because we've heard reports of this before from Drew, and then they've turned it into a work and everything like that type of thing. Like when Punk came back, he left backstage, and that ended up being something. So maybe this is going to be something.
Maybe it's going to be something. Because apparently Drew's getting transferred to SmackDown to work with Priest. Maybe LA Knight is involved in that in somehow. Who knows? But yeah, it was just really. It looked very clunky, but it didn't look like anything that was like out of the ordinary for a Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with this.
And right after that, Priest gets eliminated. And then LA Knight gets eliminated. And then AJ gets eliminated. And now we're down to our final 3 of Logan Paul, John Cena, and Jey Uso.
You missed a big thing. You missed a big thing. The Punk Reigns Rollins stuff. That's a big.
Oh yes. Believe me, I didn't forget about that. That's the biggest part. So, Logan, I think it was Logan too, ended up eliminating Roman, Seth, and Punk.
No, Punk eliminated Roman and Seth.
Punk, yeah. And then Logan came in and eliminated Punk.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. And Roman's on the mat. He's yelling at Punk like, hey, we literally just teamed up like a month ago. What are you doing? And this is this part was what this is like. This shows you how much hatred that Seth has for for Roman, where he just comes out of nowhere and nails him with a 2-footed stomp.
Yeah, that was insane.
Have you? As soon as he hit it, I was like, "Oh my fucking god, that's brutal!"
I don't think he's done it at all.
Have you ever seen him do that?
I don't think ever.
Like, he's never done a 2-footed stomp before. I was like, man, he must really. He must have really hate him to be able to do that. That was a 2-footed fucking curb stomp to the back of his goddamn head.
Yeah.
And it almost killed him. The way it was so brutal.
It was insane, yeah.
Then just an all brawl breaks out between Punk and Rollins. They finally get separated. Roman's over by the steps because the steps kind of got dislodged. So he's on the big part of the second stairs, trying to get up. Then Seth goes over to Paul and flips him off. Just clear as day, no censorship. A big fuck you right to his face. Comes out from the announce table area, dead sprint, stomp right to the back of the head, onto the stairs. Roman's out. Roman is out cold. Very rarely have you seen Roman Reigns look this vulnerable.
Yeah, very rarely.
And get his ass beat like this. And they kind of put it over on commentary, like the hatred that Seth has for Roman, which is very poignant because there's a ton of hatred between them that dates back to obviously the beginning of the Trouble Chief days. Because they were in a because Punk and Seth and Roman were kind of like in a, loosely tied together and kind of an alliance before that. Occasionally teaming up and stuff like that. But or having each other's back and being Shield brothers. But those days are long gone. Man, that was brutal.
Yeah, this whole section was fantastic. And it makes
it also felt very real.
Yeah, it makes you question what's coming out of this type of thing. Because obviously we're not going
to. It also made Seth look very unhinged.
Yeah, so
like he's the desperate one almost.
Yeah. So
which played that off really, really, really nicely.
Yeah, I'm wondering what comes out of this because are we getting a triple threat at Mania? Are we getting just Rollins versus Punk? Are we getting Rollins versus Reigns? Which that would be awesome because obviously there's so much history there. Because we still have that favor that Punk has for Heyman type of thing. We don't know what that's about. So what's coming out of this? I don't know what's coming out of this type of thing.
And the intriguing thing was when they went to go and leave, it almost sounded like Punk was demanding for Paul to go with him.
Yeah.
He was almost like, "Come on, Paul, come with me."
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think this is great because obviously the big thing I think we would have hoped for was the Rock to be around. If we can't get the Rock, this is a good backup plan for not being able to get the Rock to do Mania this year and everything like that.
Amazing triple threat match.
Yeah.
That just has so much fucking story behind it already.
That might be the most story I think a triple threat match has ever probably had type of thing. So
honestly, very clear. Yeah, if it's not the most, it's definitely near the top. Everything just intersplices with each other. I mean,
this is without the actual build for it. They haven't even started building to it. Once Mania hits and they build to this type of thing, it's gonna be so much more type of thing.
Oh yeah. Unbelievably.
And I think
this is just the beginning.
Yeah. This is going to be awesome.
But so we get back to the in-ring action after that fucking insane brawl.
It's so good.
I don't even I don't know how they managed to do it. But Jay and Logan get on Cena's shoulders for what looks like to be a double attitude adjustment. But Jay gets off, drills Logan with it was a super kick, and then Cena hits him, knocks him out, and eliminates him. Now it's down to main event Jey Uso and John Cena as your final two. John goes to throw out Jay. Jay holds on. Cena thought he won. Didn't win. He was starting to celebrate. They fight back and forth on the apron now. Jay hits a super kick. Cena holds on. Wobbly. Almost gets eliminated. Cena then tries to go for an attitude adjustment. And it gets countered. And he kicks Cena off the apron. And Cena lands like 2 feet down, looking directly at the camera, extremely shocked. Your winner and going on to WrestleMania at the main event of WrestleMania to face the champion of his choosing, most likely Gunther. Main event, Jey Uso is your Royal Rumble winner. Very shocking. I thought. I mean, I was convinced that John was going to win. It looked like it was going to happen when he had him up for the attitude adjustment. I was like, yes, I'm like, he's going to win. But I even said this in the chat, like, I'm not mad about Jay winning at all. At all. I was like, I'm not even mad at all. I'm actually extremely happy for him. Is what I said in our chat. It's true. I am extremely, extremely happy for him. This is a guy I've watched since day one. And he went from being one of the top tag team wrestlers in the entire universe. One of the greatest tag teams of all time. And had a great run with Jimmy as the Usos. Great run. And now, and he was able to successfully break away from that and be main event Jey Uso, is what Roman coins him. Main event Jey Uso. And now, not only that, he's not just a tag team guy anymore. He's not just a nickname. He literally is main event Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso. He is literally the main event of WrestleMania, and I could not be more happy for him. I'm very proud of him. I love the guy to death. It's just, it couldn't have happened to a nicer person. Jay is just the man. I love him to death. It's one of those things where I would love John to have won. I'm very happy with it being Jay. Either one of the two I was very happy with. I didn't think it was going to happen, that Jay winning it, but it's very unpredictable, and it was amazing. Now he gets the main event, WrestleMania, and they showed, like, not in that moment, but, like, they were in the ring. Him and John were. They showed this part, and John was like, look around. They're chanting for you. This is, he told them basically how much he loves them and, you know, how proud of him he is. And it was just like a really wholesome moment that they had in the ring together. And then as Jay was going to the back, he cuts down the stairs and Jimmy's there. And they're filming this whole, and Jimmy's there. He gives him a big hug, and Jimmy's looking at the ship before he gets there. And you can just see he's beaming. He's so proud of his brother. And they embrace and they hug, and you look to the side, and fucking Jacob Fatu is there. And just immediately, it's like, and Jay was with his son. And just immediately, that feud went away, and it was like, all right, it's family time now. And Jacob was just like, you could see how happy he was for him. And it was just an awesome moment that really capped off just an awesome pay-per-view, a PLE. And I'm going to give it 5 stars for the unpredictableness of of Jay winning it. He wasn't even in my top 5 of people to win the Royal Rumble. And it's just awesome. I'm so fucking happy that he won it.
Yeah, him winning it was absolutely awesome. it's not something you would have expected, and I feel like to the past few years, for the most part, you could kind of see the Royal Rumble winner a mile away, and this one, like we talked about in the predictions, really anyone could have won it, and we mentioned all these people, and Jay wasn't even like one that we mentioned. The WWE played up to this really well too. Like on the panel, it wasn't mentioned. No one ever picked Jay, and I think it's absolutely awesome. Because also it makes the Bloodline angle come full circle. Because everyone, when the Bloodline angle started, it was just originally to get Roman Reigns over as a heel. But that makes everything that, like, you know, they were doing in the beginning stages of the Bloodline, you know, what about me? I'm the twin. You could like watch that back, and you could just see Jay was built from the ground up in that freaking storyline. He became
absolutely was because Jimmy went out with a knee injury.
Yeah.
So they needed for Jay to do, and like Roman had gone heel, but Jay hadn't gone heel yet.
Yeah.
So Jay was still a face. So they needed something for him to do, and that Hell in a Cell match they had in the Thunderdome was amazing because it allowed, you know, it felt real, it felt authentic. Like Roman was talking shit, and it just felt amazing.
And yeah, I think Jay winning is absolutely awesome. Because I feel like, too, no one else really needed to win the Rumble. Like, John Cena, like I said, could just win the Chamber to get to WrestleMania. There's stuff for Punk, Reigns, and Rollins to do going into WrestleMania. And yeah, Jay just absolutely works. It's not like it's not like completely out of nowhere. Like when you know, I mean, even though he was being built, but like Del Rio won it, it just didn't really. No one really cared about it, type of thing. Like Jey Uso really works. He just had a world title match, and he's been so close of trying to win the world title a handful of times, and not just win a world title. He's tried to beat Gunther a handful of times, and he's never been able to beat Gunther. And this just makes Jay even more and everything like that type of thing. So I think this is absolutely great. I'm giving the Rumble 5 stars also. Not just for the Jay stuff, but for all the stuff, you know, that the one star after another, the John Cena, Seth Rollins stuff, the stuff that came out of, you know, the Rollins Punk Reigns stuff, Penta having a good showing in the Rumble. And Joe Hendry's appearance was awesome. Jacob Fatu, like, this Rumble was really booked to perfection type of thing. Honestly, this could be recency bias. This might be the best Rumble we've had in ages type of thing. And, you know, it seems like Triple H just seems to top it because he's booked for Royal Rumble for men-wise type of thing. He's booked 3 Rumbles, and I feel like everyone just seems to outdo the other type of thing. Like, this Rumble was truly wonderful and all that type of stuff. And it kind of makes you question, like, what, because obviously we had so many people in this Rumble, like, what's the Mania plans now and everything like that. Like, you know, everyone, it seems like everyone has a direction type of thing. So I thought this Rumble Rumble match was absolutely awesome, and the fact that Jay won is just great type of thing. And I think this shows too that this run of Cena is not just going to be him putting himself over consistently. Like, it shows. Because also, too, they treated it like it was a surprise, too. Because, like, he didn't win. Like, he won because, like, you know, Cena, he just knocked Cena out. It was a quick thing. Like, they treated it like a shocking moment and everything like that, too. Like, it was absolutely awesome.
Agree.
So, let's do nice little letter grades. I'm going to let you go first. What would you give this Rumble as a nice little letter grade?
I give it as a letter grade. I give it an A. Yeah, just a solid A. Great show. Phenomenal show.
I'm gonna go there. It's gonna break the scale. That scale is broken, shattered into a million pieces. S-rank. This was an absolutely wonderful show. Not a bad thing on it. It was wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I could go that high, but I feel like the woman's clusterfuck there at the end there.
That's fair.
Kind of brought it down a little bit for me, and you know, I'll bump it up. I'll give it an A+.
There you go.
I'll give it an A+.
And how would you grade this? Because you did really well doing these notes. You know, Rumble's a big thing to talk about. You did real well. I'll give Chris's note taken. I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give that an A. Not quite an A+, but an A. You know, it was your first time. Obviously, because you decided to you decided to knock down that that coach a peg type of thing. You know, you could have been nicer to him. You should have been nicer to him type of thing. So,
my God,
you know. And obviously, you were kind of mean to Dawn, but that was valid. So, you know, that's pretty valid.
Yeah, that's always valid. That should be A+.
Oh, fine, A+. I'll go up play plus, but I'm not going up any higher. It's higher than that. So,
Okay.
But yeah, you know, one news thing we forgot to talk about is Evolve, they announced on this show, is going to be a thing now. It's basically going to be, I think, what Level Up was to NXT. I think it will be better than Level Up. I think Evolve's actually going to be something.
I think they're using the ID people.
Yeah, I think they're going
to find.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Evolve. I think we'll get some people that, like, you know, not just the ID people, but we'll get some of the NIL people, and we'll get some other people like that. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Evolve does. I'll definitely check it out. Kind of good that WWE is going to all these platforms and everything like that, because this spun up our conversation we had off camera, because I think a lot of people will download the Tubi app or Tubi app, whatever it's called, because you know, WWE brings a lot of eyeballs in that sense, because like I don't think there's a lot of stuff on the Tubi app, the Tubi app type of thing, so that's cool. But yeah, we're gonna end the show off. We've been going 3 hours because the Rumbles take a while to talk about. Is there anything you want to plug or promote before we get out of here?
No, I don't have anything this time around.
Oh, you got nothing. Obviously, check out the past wrestling videos we've done recently. Check out our Rumble predictions. Check out the past Aftershock, the 2 Rumble retros. We have some videos coming up soon after I kind of takes care of some things that need to be taken care of on the Talkinator side of things. We haven't started our John Cena retros yet. We keep planning to do it, but then you know, things just kind of happen. And then we're going to do some other stuff. Mania's coming around, so we'll probably do some Mania retros type of thing. And then, yeah, check out the Talkinator channel. We're going to get some stuff going on there, continuing the Yellow Jackets and OVB videos. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. It's being recorded in the past. We will talk to you guys in the future.